Guess what time it is? We back.
Hey. Yes, sir.
We back.
It's another one.
Hey, another one. Y'all already know what time it is. Another episode. What's this, episode 5 now?
This is episode 5.
Episode 5.
Back in the building.
And the Regulation Podcast. We took a brief hiatus last week, but we're back in the building. So
How long is a hiatus technically?
I don't know. As long as we want it to be, low key.
Okay, just curious on the technical definition of a hiatus. Just
We might take a hiatus next week too. I don't know yet. But
yeah, well,
pass it to Matt. What we got for topics, bro?
listen. Somebody won the Super Bowl yesterday or whatever. It's not a big deal. But I wanted to talk. Chiefs Buccaneers, man. Extremely disappointed, underwhelmed. I have a lot of feelings about it. Talk about that. Talk about why it's okay to hate Tom Brady. I think it's perfectly fine to hate Tom Brady. Also, I think a good question to ask, and then for people to also talk about with us is it more impressive what LeBron James has been able to do in year 20 of his career, or Tom Brady at 43 in the NFL? So we'll talk about that. And also, I think conspiracy theories are fun. Not that I believe them all, but I think they're fun. So I have a few that I've heard people talk about that I scratched my head like, that might have some validity to it. So talk about that, and then at the end, we're going to wrap it up with social media and whatever else the heck we decide to talk about. So,
all right, so we can go ahead and get into the introductions real quick. We'll start with the man behind the mirror, off-site Jamal. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Hey, man, it's your boy Jamal Coleman at Jamal R. Coleman on all platforms here in Michigan, man. It's good to see my boys. We're going to get into it afterward, but good to do the show. Let's get into it.
yeah.
All right, so y'all know me, Blake. Follow me. Instagram, Blake_Alexander. Twitter and Clubhouse, Blizzy_Rogers. And while we at it, Jason turned me up in the headphones.
Guru. 40. That's Metro Boomin back there.
Metro Boomin.
That's Oliver Ford North.
That's 40.
That's 40.
40. Matthew Frierson, MattheWFrierson on IG. You know me.
It's your boy D Battle. You can follow me on Instagram at @IM_Mr. Battle 23. Let's get into this episode.
It's your boy Shelly Shell.
Oh, Shelly.
No, stop.
Oh, God. Sheldon, you always find a way to ruin the role.
Shell.
Hey, let my man speak his truth. Shell, go ahead, bro.
Hurry up. Go ahead and please.
So he's speaking your truth in your name,
Anyway,
Go ahead, Sheldon. What's your name, Shelly?
you can find me on IG at Shelt Davis.
Yeah, I know
It's
you
your
on
boy.
IG.
Okay.
A lot of people know you on
Anyway.
IG. And they're pretty upset about it, actually.
Anyway,
Yeah. So
get it.
Let's get into it. Listen, fellas, what's last night was awful.
It was so hyped, too.
It was awful, and I was so excited to watch Pat Mahomes and Tom Brady go back and forth in a shootout for the ages. Honestly, as dramatic as that sounds, but that's really what I thought. I felt like it just was underwhelming in terms of Kansas City. I feel like Kansas City just was. I don't want to say that they didn't show up, but because there was a lot of factors, I believe, that played into that. Being the refs, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate to be the ref guy, but you talk about a Kansas City Chief team who was ranked almost last in penalties called on them in the regular season.
And all of a sudden,
In the biggest game against Tom Brady, every call goes against Kansas City. And then this is the game that you decide to have a woman as the referee. Listen, I'm not against it.
Here we go.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying.
As to the views of
views.
Matthew Frierson,
Sorry,
I
I'm
sorry.
represent the views
Yeah.
of
Listen,
the
We
NBA
had
I'm not
no
saying.
parties.
Listen,
No
I'm not
parties.
saying that a woman cannot referee, but I'm saying that the intimidation tactics and factors that come along with refs who have been seasoned and have done this they're not going to fly with certain referees. But for a woman, it's her first night out. She doesn't want to be the one to have made a mistake or called against Tom Brady. It is what it is. But I'll defer to you guys in terms of some of your other thoughts about the game. But yeah, I had a lot of issues with last night, so I'll just jump in and sprinkle here and there. So
Yeah, I think I do think the refs
Sucked.
got into the game
Sucked.
too much.
Sucked.
They tried to be part of the game, and it just that's bad.
And this is my thing. All year long, the narrative for the Kansas City Chiefs defense was, yeah, they're gonna hold you, they're gonna pull on you, but that's how they play defense. It's physical, it's whatever, and like that was the narrative. And then in the Super Bowl, it becomes problematic. Like if you don't call those calls all year long, don't call them against Tom Brady. Like that's to me, that's just so whack. Like don't praise them during the regular season and let it go. Mm-hmm. But then in the biggest game, we're gonna tighten up on like that's to me it's a clear depiction of what all of this is, and it's
for sure
rigged. I mean,
honestly, I think the refs kind of took over the game. You think about that third down call with Mike Evans streaking up the sideline. He tripped over his own feet, and they call pass interference there. You think about when they're on the 3-yard line, and Tom Brady throws, or maybe 10, they throw an uncatchable ball when Tyrann Mathieu's in coverage, and it's automatic first down. And it's just like, man, if Tom Brady is not the quarterback on the other side of Patrick Mahomes,
no.
does he get those calls?
No way.
I think the refs involved themselves way too much into the game. I think it kind of robbed us of the GOAT versus GOAT kind of
experience
Super Bowl matchup we wanted to see. And it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I guess Tom Brady's 7.
This is my thing, man. I don't listen. And here's the thing. It wasn't Tom Brady, bro. It wasn't Tom Brady last night. You could have put Stafford. It wasn't Tom Brady, Jamal. Stop it.
It wasn't, bro.
Kansas City scored 9 points.
It was the lack of offensive line and the defense.
Yeah, bro.
The defense punched them in the mouth with as Blake said, with the lack of offensive line help. A lot of their guys are out. I mean, Sue Barrett, Jason Pierre-Paul ran crazy on
Devin
them.
White was a demonic.
Devin White was shot out of a cannon every time the ball was snapped. Levante Davis was great in coverage. The DBs did their job, man.
And then whose third grade teacher is Kansas City's punter, and he's punting it to the freaking 20-yard line. Like, dude, who are you kicking it to? You give Brady a short field almost every time. It's just,
It's crazy, bro.
Listen, I'm not a hater, but I just feel like last night was they were way too involved. Like you said, they were way too involved. They're way too involved. And it's just. But it wasn't Tom Brady last night. It was that defense.
Yeah, that defense showed up.
It was the fact that Kansas City didn't have an offensive line that could stand in there. And I'll be honest with you, I think there was a couple plays that some of the receivers didn't make for Pat.
That they usually do.
Yeah, that they do make. I just don't think that they helped him out. I mean, the one that hit Tyreek in the face mask, and then the one that hit Kelsey in the hands on that. I mean, they just did.
Pat Mahomes horizontal hit Pringle right in the face mask.
Yeah, I mean, like the back of the end zone one. It's like, dude,
Y'all caught every ball, every play, all season, and
you get to that game and.
It wasn't Tom. It wasn't Tom though, and I just hate that everybody has to make it a Tom Brady thing. So
moving on to Tom.
Yeah, this is my thing as to why I think it's okay to hate Tom Brady. I don't hate Tom Brady, but I'll say this.
The segment's called "It's Okay to Hate."
Yeah, okay. This is okay. Okay, this is my thing though. We know that Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. I mean, it's at this point, there's no question.
Yeah.
And so I think he's won 7 rings. He's been to 10 of them. I think every year that he wins, why do we have to spend all this time talking about why he's great? And if you don't, you're a hater. I don't get that.
Just because that's the point of greatness is to talk about it.
But they don't do that to. They didn't do that to Floyd.
But
they didn't do that for.
Okay, but
Floyd's is better.
There's two fundamental reasons as to why
I think it's way harder to do what Floyd did than it is to do what Brady's been doing.
No, I agree.
Floyd is
drunk, Shelton.
No,
bro, he won 50 fights
by himself.
And didn't lose anything.
But we're comparing boxing and football. Like,
bro,
there's no comparison.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, I think because that's ridiculous.
There's two fundamental reasons why people hate Floyd and love Tom Brady. And one of them is the fact that
he's black.
That was going to be my second point. I was going to say he's cocky.
He said, damn, you jumped the gun, son.
That's the first point.
Exactly. Hold on. Restart. But yeah, the first reason is really just because he's cocky, and but you've seen that with Conor McGregor. People love Conor McGregor for his cockiness. They hate Floyd for his.
Yeah. I mean, listen, me personally, I don't, listen, man, I've been watching football since I can remember. 2000, I think, was the first Super Bowl that I was aware of what I was watching. Was that the Giants and the Ravens? I think it was. I mean, that was the first time I remember watching it and knowing what was going on. So from 2000 to 2021, and having seen Brady in 10 years worth of those Super Bowls, I feel like it's okay for me to be tired of watching him. That doesn't mean he's not the greatest. That doesn't mean that I'm disrespecting him as the GOAT. I just think there's more storylines in football that it would be cool to see unfold in the Super Bowl.
Y'all think they did the same thing to Mike in '98? They was like, man, I'm just tired of seeing Mike win. We just need a new thing.
No, because Brady's been to 10. Mike was at 6.
I mean,
and then Mike retired in between, which I feel like in between they were like, yeah, so we actually need that nigga though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when Mike retired, it was like, here's your chance, and other teams won, but the league was like, dude, we thought we didn't want him, but we want him. We want Mike back. So I think with Mike it was different. Like with Brady, it's a long nightmare.
Yeah, if he retired today, I wouldn't.
I think,
bro, he didn't even hesitate. They're like, "Are you coming back?" Yeah, I'm gonna run it back.
Yep, sure are. Yep.
And didn't even think twice about it.
I think, and we're gonna get into this later, but I think because of the longevity and him doing it at the age he's doing, like we've never seen this before, so that gives it more.
My thing is he hasn't done.
But he also
much,
hasn't
though.
never really gotten hit either.
Yeah, you can't touch.
But
Tom
still,
Brady.
If
you breathe on him, it's a flag.
If Tom Brady,
True.
let me ask this question: if Tom Brady was hit the same way that Cam Newton's been hit over the course of his career, would he still be doing it?
No,
Hell
no.
no.
Okay, so there you
No.
go. There you have it.
Well, I mean, that's not really fair though, because their play style is different. Cam is inviting torture.
Bro, there's times
Cam
when
get
Cam's
hit-
in
Cam
the
get
pocket,
hit in
and
the pocket,
and it's not
But
the same
because
the way
Cam
Tom
had a
gets hit.
history of rolling out of the pocket and letting
don't matter.
linebackers hit him.
That doesn't
because
matter.
Listen, Jason
You
Whitlock.
can't-
Jason
You
Whitlock.
can't hit a quarterback.
Listen, I'm just
Jason Whitlock.
Hey, chill with Jason Whitlock. Fuck that nigga forever. But anyway,
Jason Whitlock.
I'm just saying, like, it's a little different when you're scrambling out and you're inviting linebackers to hit you,
and that's part of
as
his
opposed to
game.
you stay in the pocket.
That's part of his game.
I
So
don't know.
It's gonna happen.
I don't agree with that. I feel like Donovan McNabb got hit like that. I feel like there's been pocket quarterbacks, African American quarterbacks, that the hitting was different. There has been. Even white quarterbacks that are in the pocket get hit different than Tom.
So are we trying to say you're trying to say that the offensive line just cares more about Tom Brady than they would? Because that's like I'm
saying his longevity play it in part because
He's been protected.
and,
the refs.
and players know there's only so much we can do.
But it's not only the O-line, though. Brady is playing great. Like, you
Great.
really don't see a fall
I mean, look, Aaron Rodgers got his collarbone broken twice, and there were not flags when he did that.
Yeah, but I think there's a different attitude with Aaron Rodgers in it. And I'm not saying that the league doesn't like Aaron, but I think there's a different attitude towards Aaron Rodgers than there is to Brady. I mean, dude, Brady's like a piece of gold to the NFL.
Oh, no question.
And it's obvious. I think Aaron Rodgers is like the guy that they're kind of like trying to, like, it's just like, okay, hey, we know that you're better than him, but it's just a different vibe with him. Almost like they don't necessarily like him. It feels like sometimes to me. And I don't know if this because he's not as personable, maybe. I don't know. I think it's just a different type of character.
Aaron can be a little bit.
He's a little bit more, he's a little bit more
Where
sharp.
Tom is more, like you said, sharp.
But let me ask you this question, because you said Tom's playing great, which I think Tom's playing average.
Ooh.
You can't
Average.
Not average.
You
Not
can't
average.
tell me that there aren't quarterbacks that you could have inserted in last night's game and the outcome would have been the same. Like, you could have inserted a number of quarterbacks into Tampa Bay's offense last night and they would have still won.
And I've said
It wasn't
quarterback.
Brady that they needed to win.
Brady got him there, though.
Dude,
Name
that
those
defense-
quarterbacks.
he
No,
threw
Brady
three
got
inter-
him there. He got him there.
Name those quarterbacks?
Name those quarterbacks.
Do you want me to name the obvious or do you want me to just name them
You
all?
said you can insert.
Okay,
you said there are quarterbacks
Russell
you can
Wilson.
insert.
So Russell Wilson couldn't have won them last night?
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers couldn't have won them last night?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Matt Stafford could have won them last night.
I know.
Bro,
Yes.
you're
I'm
tripping.
gonna be honest
Bro,
with
you're
you.
tripping.
Nah.
I'm gonna be honest. Did you not see Pat? He didn't have time to throw shit last night. Like a lot of starting quarterbacks would have came in on the offensive end and ended that shit.
Pat Mahomes would have last night. Pat Mahomes would have did.
You could have Pat Mahomes with a flip side.
I mean-
That nigga would have won.
You know what I'm saying? I think I'll be honest. I think Deshaun last night could have done that. I think Dak healthy could have done that. It wasn't like Tom was just flicking that. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like that, bro.
Okay,
it was
but
the
it's
fact
not-
that Kansas City scored 9 points
But
and
dude,
never let up
but-
all game long.
But it's Tampa.
Defensively.
But it's Tampa there without Tom.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Is he
saying,
there? Because Tom got them there.
No, he
like
didn't.
he's the
Dude.
big.
Not
He's
get them.
he's the reason why. He's the biggest reason why they were there.
We've had this discussion before, and I said there's numerous quarterbacks that could have got them into the playoffs and into.
Bro, they were 7-5. They were not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, but they also didn't have 2 guys who accounted for 21 points last night. They didn't have Gronk last year. They didn't have AB, and they didn't have Leonard
But
Fournette.
why did Gronk come to Tampa?
I mean, yeah, for Brady.
Why did AB come to Tampa?
Dude, I get
Because of Tom Brady.
AB needed a job.
Needed a job.
Yeah, AB needed a
Oh,
job.
stop.
And Brady
Listen,
and Brady
Sheldon,
wanted
Sheldon,
AB.
where I'll disagree with you on that, Sheldon, is AB is a luxury. He's not a necessity in that offense.
True, but I'm
And
saying
Leonard Fournette's not a necessity.
no.
Exactly. They have Pro Bowlers at every position where those guys came into, and then it would have been just fine without him. Gronk's 31 years old. They would have been fine with O.J. Howard.
But he got hurt.
AB's
Yeah, and Gronk.
in and out of the league. They have 2
And
Pro
Gronk
Bowl
didn't catch
receivers.
his first pass until like week what?
I
3,
was
4?
gonna say Gronk didn't have some great year, bro. Like,
His best
Yeah, what he
plays
had
were
like
blocking.
he had like 46 for like 600 yards and 7 touchdowns. I mean,
he had an average year. So
Yeah.
Tom Brady he's obviously the captain. He's their quarterback. But I'm saying to sit here, keeping the pieces they have and subtracting Tom, you can't tell me that there's not quarterbacks in the league that could have got them into the playoffs and won the Super Bowl. I mean, you can't because
I don't know, bro.
because it wasn't. And this is what I would say. If Kansas City had scored more than 9, then maybe I can go back and forth with you. But they scored 9 points, and Tom put up 28.
No TD.
I mean, it's not like they didn't score a touchdown, bro. It
the
wasn't
MVP
like,
was the defense for sure.
yeah, it wasn't like they came in and Kansas City they're going back and forth, and Tom put up 50. Like they scored 28, and some of those drives were short field drives. Like I mean, you mean to tell me that a healthy?
No,
yeah,
I
this
agree.
guy-
I agree with last night, but I'm saying up to that point though, like
Bro,
Brady
and-
really
yeah.
changed that team.
Bro, he threw
from
3
last
interceptions
year.
the game before, and the Saints couldn't capitalize on it.
The Packers.
Packers.
I mean, yeah, the Packers.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
They should have lost.
That was because of the call. That
No, they should have. They should have lost the last game.
No,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying like
So
Packers.
They should have lost New Orleans. Shit. New Orleans should have been.
So let me ask this: What do you think Tom's chances are of getting back to the Super
I
Bowl?
mean, dude,
Great.
they're gonna. I think at this point, the league front office is like, this is our thing right now. We don't know how much longer we have him, but we're going. Let's see what we can do.
And it's Tampa Bay.
And it's Tampa Bay.
Like-
And I think I think what's going to hurt him is that I don't think Gronk and those guys can. I mean, I don't think Gronk's going to be there
They got
and
O.J. Howard.
be a factor.
They got O.J.
Um,
I think Gronk's going to be there as long as Brady signs on. Gronk will sign on.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
but that doesn't mean that Gronk's going to be able
Yeah,
to play.
exactly.
though.
That does
Yeah.
not ensure production. That does not
Yeah.
ensure him getting any kind of role. I agree.
Yeah. To answer your question, I mean, I think they can go back next year. There's no reason they can't. I just don't know. I mean, it just depends on what other moves teams make. I mean, I think Green Bay is going to – I'm telling you, I think Green Bay is going to do something crazy. I just do. I think this – I really feel like that whole thing with Aaron Rodgers and that not – I just think that they looked at that like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did we blow that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they should have – you know what I'm saying? How did we blow that? And this was his MVP year.
Yeah.
And I think
Well,
guys
I mean,
are just looking at it like, dude, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that much time left, bro.
Don't.
You know?
But they didn't consider that when they went into the draft. I mean, they took a quarterback first. I mean, in their first round, they could have took a middle linebacker to solidify that defense. You know, the second round they took a running back that they didn't need.
That's why I said I think Aaron needs to go somewhere else. So
No, I think Aaron's going to put his foot down, but I think it's gonna be interesting what they do in free agency because there's a lot of guys, a lot of interesting pieces that are free agents. You got Patrick Peterson coming up in free agency. Does he He get added to the Packers. He wants to play for a contender.
Let me ask you this. Yeah. Let me ask you this. I was
Bears.
thinking, you know how sometimes you think about different players and you're like, oh, they should do this and that. I was like, why don't guys like Julio Jones say, bro, forget it. I'll just take a pay cut and go play with Aaron Rodgers to see if I can get this ring before I retire. Like, why don't like guys like that think like, bro, let me just see if I can. I mean, Julio's not winning. He's not gonna win in Atlanta. That his chance is over unless he goes somewhere. Like, if I'm Julio or if I'm another top guy that's on my way out, and I know A-Rod needs the help. I mean, hey, Julio's on his way out. Hell,
But you know how much they're gonna have to give up for Julio though. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's an ego thing. I think that they believe that they are so great that they can propel this team to a different level.
Bro, think
And
about
I
it
think
like
that
this.
since he's already been to a Super Bowl, I firmly believe that Julio thinks that he's still in his prime. He thinks he can get back there.
Bro, if you
He's
think,
drunk
think
if he
about it
thinks
like
that.
this, you're tired of Tom Brady and you watch him. Imagine being in the same league with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why would
Yeah.
you go team up with
Imagine
him?
getting denied.
Go team up.
23-3,
I'm saying,
28-3.
Yeah.
I'm saying, why team up with him when you could just beat
Who
him?
said team up with him?
You said, who you said?
No, Aaron
No, I
Rodgers. You
said
said Aaron
Julio
Rodgers.
Jones,
No,
yeah,
not Tom
go,
Brady.
Okay,
go
that's
to
what I'm
A-Rod.
saying.
Yeah, team of hell no. I'm saying hell no.
He's like, hey,
No, I'm saying, why don't guys like look at the NBA? The NBA says, shit, if we're gonna beat LeBron, we gotta put everybody. If we're gonna beat Golden State, we gotta put everybody together.
Again,
why
I
does
think
the
it's-
NFL
it's
think
easier.
like that?
But
It's
also
easier.
it's easier in NBA because they got their own.
It's
they
easier.
They can do what they want.
NBA.
Basically.
Bro,
It's a players'
yeah.
league in NBA.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
The
player-
NFL ain't gonna allow that.
Oh no.
You complain a little bit too loudly, you turn into AB.
Right.
Well, AB has a ring now, so
Yeah, that's true.
Talk to me nice.
yeah.
Hey, and Le'Veon was in the Super Bowl.
And
You know who
Le'Veon was
wasn't?
there.
You know who wasn't? Ben.
Yeah. Well, we knew that.
Yeah.
Ben was
Juju.
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 Quarterback.
Juju
Hey,
should retire.
Hey, no, I take that back, bro. Juju was there because he was in that Verizon commercial with the.
Yeah, he was there. So I just think it's there's other guys that I feel like should figure it out as to how can we go about contending. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Matt Stafford is gonna surprise a lot of people in LA.
Oh, it's gonna be
Oh,
fun. That's
I
gonna be
think
fun.
I think he's gonna be.
To me, they're the biggest
Like
threat to the
that.
Bucks next year.
You think
They're
so?
the biggest threat.
Yeah. I mean,
They were
Hey,
literally
Sheldon, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How does it feel?
How did you feel? I don't know. We haven't talked since the Stafford trade. How did you feel about Detroit getting rid of Stafford and like the next chapter for Detroit?
you got to be happy if you're a Detroit fan through and through. You got to be happy.
It was time.
Yeah, you
He's
gotta
been
be
there
happy
for
it.
Time?
have been there for a while, and it wasn't
Since
going anywhere.
07. Didn't
Yeah.
Calvin get drafted in 07?
Oh, 09.
Oh, 09. I mean,
Yeah,
09 at Stafford.
it was time, and Detroit's clearly in rebuild mode, and having him
rebuild
there,
mode for a long time.
wouldn't have helped the rebuild because he's still.
I think
to me,
Detroit moved in the right direction.
Yeah.
If they were going to get rid of Stafford, I think the haul that they got for a quarterback over 30, plus the draft capital that they got, I think that they moving in the right direction.
And then you got to
So Brad Holmes doing his thing.
shout out to the black guy.
Shout out to a brother being
Yes, sir.
GM.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the black guy.
And in return,
That
people
just
might
sounds
say
like natural.
some people might talk about Jared Goff, but Jared Goff is still 20.
He's trash.
bro, Jared Goff is awful.
Okay,
And they showed that by
listen.
shipping him to Detroit.
Listen,
They didn't get
He's
rid of him.
awful.
They-
He got him
bro,
to the Super Bowl.
He's
They
21.
doomed him. and
He's
sent him to
21 and they
Detroit.
shipped him to Detroit.
But-
Like,
but
that
what-
shows you how sucky he
no,
is.
but what I'm saying is,
And Detroit said, we'll keep him.
yeah,
what
the
I'm
kid's
saying
19 with all the future
Anyway,
in front
He's
of him.
low key scared to
and
be in
they
Detroit.
shipped him.
anyway,
Detroit.
he got 2 years. So he got 2 years to prove if he's going to be the franchise quarterback going forward or not. So
He knows
He is
he's
who we
not.
thought he was.
Trash.
All right, so let's talk about
Rams
this
let him
halftime
off the
show.
hook.
Let's talk about this halftime show right quick.
That
Trash.
was
The
trash
The
too.
weekend. What y'all? Okay. Never
I mean,
mind.
this is what I say. This is what I
Trash.
say because everybody's grumbling about the $7 million he spent,
his
and
own.
everybody's like, it's basic. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it was gonna be far worse than that had he not spent $7 million. There's no way he spent $7 million, and that's what we got. If it wasn't gonna be worse unless he spent $7 million. So yeah,
I
it
agree.
sucked. But I think for us to even be like, this looks like a normal Super Bowl, I think that's what he wanted. Like I think he was like, I'm gonna spend this money so that my can at least look normal. Then it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So
Yeah.
so I seen something online. I thought it was trash too. At first off, I think the weekend is just musical and thoughts. Like I don't think he's strong enough to carry a Super Bowl.
a Super Bowl, I
don't
don't
think he
either.
He
I don't
should've
think
played,
he has
his-
the voice.
He's got the
He's
catalog,
not
though.
a choreographer.
He's got the catalog.
Like,
That's the problem.
That's my thing, man. He has the catalog.
He's got the
Yeah.
catalog.
He didn't play the songs that.
nah, because
Like-
you can't play them.
Yeah,
songs.
you can't play them songs.
You
at
You
that.
can't play his real
Wicked
good
Games.
songs.
You can't play Wicked Games at the Super Bowl.
Well,
I can't play Wicked Games at the Super Bowl,
That's
bro.
what I just.
I would have.
Thanks, Echo.
Hey, but
I'm gonna play my hits.
Go ahead.
But I didn't really appreciate his performance at all, and then I seen this video of it, basically of the story that he was trying to tell in the performance. So the first scene, he comes out, he's singing in front of a choir, and he's basically telling the story of what happens when people go through, they get exposed to fame and like the person they become. So he's singing in front of the choir, and that's supposed to represent him like being the like the church kid that kind of grows up and he's got the vocals. And the next scene is he goes in the back and he's in that room where all the lights or whatever. He's literally blinded by the lights in the room, and then that's when all the actors or the dancers come out, and then it's supposed to represent all the plastic surgery that people go through or do anything for fame kind of situation. And then the final scene is him coming out and dancing on the field or whatever, and he's literally surrounded by all these people's impressions of him and all the things that he's done to become successful and all that stuff like that. They all die, and he's in the last couple seconds of the scene, he's literally just singing there. So he was trying to tell a story, and he's put a lot into it because he was wearing the same outfit, all the stuff that he's been doing like this in the headlines, like all the weird stuff. Like he showed up to the award show with the same outfit on that everybody was dancing in and wearing the mask on and all that stuff like that. So he was trying to tell this bigger story over the last couple of award shows and months. So I appreciate that. I just don't appreciate the performance.
And I think that's great, but I think this was the wrong year to do it. I think, and no, who could have imagined we would be going through what we're going through? But I mean, he knew that, and I just think that'd have been a better effort before now. I don't think this was the year to do that because it's just it's not a normal year. You know what I'm saying? So you do all the stuff that nobody really even peeped, and then you have to spend your money for us to not even get it. Because I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, or you had to read up on it.
I
Like,
had to see a TikTok.
I mean, yeah. So it's not. I just think that he should have got up there, did some songs with some people that some of the famous songs, and got off.
Well, he's not like a performer, bro. Like,
No, he's not.
He can't dance. He kept doing the Mike Jack heel click. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, why would you doing this
Yeah,
over
he's
and
just
over
awkward.
again?
He's awkward.
Like, let it go.
He's
Like, we
awkward.
understand
He's-
who you trying to be.
Yeah, he's awkward. I mean, but on that same note, random question: Who has been the best Super Bowl that we've seen? I know everybody wants to say Whitney Houston. I don't remember
Mike,
that.
Yeah, Mike.
But who's the best Super Bowl performance that you've seen?
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson Titty.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
So her titty.
Yeah.
So Janet. So
I didn't care about the music. Her titty.
The consensus is that Janet Jackson's breast is the best halftime show that
All right,
they've seen.
I'm gonna say. I mean,
Me
wow.
personally, bro, I think it's Bruno
Bruno
Mars.
Mars.
Yeah,
That
I was gonna say
crazy.
Bruno for real.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie,
was
bro.
real
It's
dope.
That
probably-
was
it's-
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
probably a tie.
He's
between-
a
Sheldon,
performer.
you said left shark, right shark, Katy Perry. That's the one you said.
Did she do
Damn.
the Super Bowl?
Yeah, she did.
She was the
Said,
left.
baby, you're a firework, huh?
I say probably Bruno or Beyonce, bro, because they both did that.
I
forgot
and I
about
think
Beyonce.
Beyonce brought Bruno out or something like that. Or 1 year.
No, Bruno had it.
He did his own.
He did his own. Yeah, I remember his. I don't remember hers.
Yeah, I know.
She made the whole lights go
I know
out.
she was
Yeah.
pissed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
the
that was the
Ravens.
Ravens 49ers when
Yeah,
she
that was
did.
Ray Lewis's last year.
Yeah,
So I say them two.
JT's wasn't terrible.
Did JT do one?
JT, yeah, because then he did the Prince thing at the end.
Yeah.
And it wasn't
The
terrible.
Selfie kid, wasn't that when this?
Oh, the backpack kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or whatever that took a picture with him or whatever. I don't know.
Did you guys see the sign dude in the audience? You know the guy that be holding up the signs on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the audience.
Hey, but
I was
shout
like, how did you get a ticket?
shout out to the streaker, bro, because I didn't even know that same streaker has streaked at the World Cup. He has streaked at the NBA final. He's literally streaked at the championship of every
not
major
in jail?
sporting event.
And bro, that's why I'm saying, bro,
Like, what?
this is like that's
Yeah,
an
bro.
inside thing, bro. There's no way
Yeah.
you get to do that many times in all these big event games.
At
Like,
the World Cup.
The lady that was
think
talking
that
shit
he-
to LeBron can't go to another Hawk game or whatever
Right.
whatever game it was.
then LeBron gonna
But
come
that
up.
was- That's the franchise or the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes that decision.
Right.
Again, it's basketball versus football. That's, I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're saying that's a individual team decision. Yeah, I get it. I just like how do you get to do that in every big event? Like, how are you doing
Like when you were
that?
caught, don't they have your ID? Like, didn't they blacklist you from every event?
Well, he said
Why?
he waited 5 years. It was 5 years in between the last time he did it, and he was.
Is there
he
a
was-
taboo of limitations on streaking? Like,
No,
it's
I
not
didn't know
forever?
that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Because he went on Instagram. He's like, "Yo, I finally got it. I did the World Cup. I did the NBA Finals. I did this,
He
and
did
that."
the finals?
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
remember
I don't
which
remember.
Who streaks
Hey,
on a
hey,
basketball court? How did he
hey,
get down there?
Can you pull that up, bro, on YouTube on the NBA
No,
Finals joint?
'cause
Oh, because it's
we
Zoom.
got Jamal.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but
Right.
whatever.
You
So
can though, Blake, and then I can share your screen.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah,
good. Don't
we'll
worry
figure
about
it out.
Yeah, we'll do it next week.
this is my question though. So just to kind of wrap this, so next year, is Tampa Bay the favorite?
No.
Is Kansas City still the favorite? I mean, you get to keep in mind we didn't see Kansas City.
At
We
their
didn't see
best.
Kansas City.
You see them at their best.
And not only that, but the first quarter there was 12 penalties. I mean, I feel like we didn't really get to see what we wanted to see and what we know they can do. Largely in part because their offensive line wasn't the same, and because all the penalties that they were allowed to do to get away with during the regular season, they didn't get away with them in the. Do you still say Chiefs are still the favorite?
I do because of the conference they play in.
Yeah.
I'm not
Matt.
sold on the Bills league yet.
No, I've been to-
Matt, give me a Super Bowl prediction for next year. Who you think will be in it?
year, God,
Next year.
They didn't even have the draft.
Next year.
As it sits right now. We can change later, obviously.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think it's gonna be Kansas City and Green Bay. I just think Green Bay. I think Green Bay is gonna figure something out and they're gonna get there. Because I think they just know that Aaron Rodgers' time is running out, and you don't want to be the team that Aaron in the last. Like you don't want to be the New England of. Like, we saw what they did and how they messed that up. So I think Kansas City, Green Bay. Now, as weird as it sounds to say, I think Cleveland has a great. Dude, they almost won that game. They, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but Odell healthy, they might win that game. I don't know.
They might.
I disagree.
Odell
We
helped-
talked about this last time. I disagree, man. I think Odell hinders Baker Mayfield for whatever reason. It's
Baker
not
might-
Odell's fault.
They might figure it out though.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, they gonna have to
It's
figure it
not.
out.
But it's not Odell's fault
It's
that
not.
Baker Mayfield
It's not
gets so
Odell's fault. It's not
blindsided.
Odell's fault.
It's not Odell.
No, this is what I'm saying though. I'll tell you this. I think though that Baker and Cleveland, throughout the course of the season without Odell, I think they definitely looked at situations, games where they were like, "Damn, could really use Odell right here." You know what I mean? Or where they're like, "Man, one more big play and we have that guy." You know what I mean?
You just see the first down, and we know someone to get over.
and we know Odell can do. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's when they go back to the offseason and say, if y'all got to live together, we're going to figure this out. You know what I mean? He's too much of a talent, bro, for you to
We're gonna
not
see what he has
figure it out.
after injuries, though. We'll see what he has after that.
I think he'll be okay. I think he's young enough to be okay. I think he's young enough to
too.
be. It's
I
not.
agree.
It's not like Julio did this. Julio would be done if that happened. You know, I think he's young enough to recover.
Julio almost done without the injury.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it is what it is. But I do
Might
want
as
to.
well transition to the LeBron. Tom
Yeah.
Brady.
Before that though, just real quick, the conspiracy thing.
Oh,
So, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. But I will say that there's some that people have said to me over the years that I was like, that kind of makes odd sense. Like that's weird and it's true. And I don't know, but I think Brady has been the luckiest player that I've ever seen. I mean, dude, just the luck he's been able to have. And let's just start with New Orleans and the blown call. Let's just start there. So you mean to tell me that New Orleans in a year where we know what would have happened to New England, we know. In a year where we know New Orleans is going to beat Tom Brady, New England, there's this extremely obvious and painfully blatant blown call to where the Rams go to the Super Bowl and then obviously New England does what they do. They don't make that call in the playoffs. There's no way they make that call in the playoffs. Definitely not for Tom Brady. You think they called? You think they missed that for Tom Brady? You think they? I mean, they
No.
called less last night.
Yeah.
You think they
Mike
missed,
Evans tripped on his own shoelace and they called it.
You think they missed that for time? So I think that was extremely weird. That that doesn't happen. You're not.
Yeah.
Come on, that doesn't happen. I think, and I don't have any proof, but I think the 28-3 thing. The Falcons. I just don't believe that Atlanta effed up that bad to where they lost that. I don't have any proof for it, but I just really feel like that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I mean, you come out blistering, bro. When they scored going into halftime and he picked it off and was dancing to the end zone, I was like, this is over. I was like, bro, it's finished. And then you mean to tell me you come out and just everything that could possibly go wrong goes
Went
wrong, and they come back from being down 28-3 at half against like one of the better defenses that year. Julio Jones, who played out of his mind.
10 toes down.
I mean, a top running back, Matt Ryan, everything that can go wrong goes wrong. That's weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like some things don't really make sense. And then like 2015, when
go back all the way to the start of it, the tuck rule. Like, come on.
the tuck rule. Let's start there, bro.
None of this
No, y'all got to go back even further. He put a hit out on Drew Bledsoe to start.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I don't know.
All right, go that far.
But look,
That
remember in 2015 when Cam? Okay, so they were playing in that game. Remember the fumble, and Cam like looked at the ball
Didn't go after
and didn't. It was almost like he went for it and like remembered. Shit, I can't go get that.
They paid me.
I guess my
He
thing.
said, "Oh damn, they go that million."
I got a career.
Yeah, it's just like these things are weird, and I feel like you said to me earlier, Jay, coincidences aren't real. Like things don't just happen. I feel like there's stuff that happens, and I think the league is. I'll say this. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but I think the league has more control than what we know. I'll say that.
So let me say this. I think if we're talking about conspiracy theories, and I'm relating this not just to football but any professional sport, the only thing that I can really think about too is like how that you very well could be true, but like how are you gonna control all these niggas essentially? Like if you a pro athlete, you got
Money.
Pride,
Money.
Yeah, but
Money.
money only goes so far. And why is
Brother,
it never
everybody has
came out after? They
Everybody has a
played?
price.
But after
Everybody
they played,
has a price.
After they played,
You
play-
saw what happened to Tim Donahue? Every ref was like, nah, we ain't. Tim said, listen, I cheated. He cheated.
Right.
They cheated.
My man's on the bench cheated.
Look, the concession people was cheating.
but that's a ref.
the
I'm
custodian
talking
cheated.
about.
That nigga serving peanuts. He
Right.
cheated.
He
I'm talking about
And the
all
refs
these
came out like,
players.
no, he the only one. We never. Come on, dog. Really?
All
So he
these
made
players,
all this up.
all these players, all this pride, all this ego, and not one ever came out like, nah, bro, we had to fold because we were made to fold.
Bro, I think that's such a head. Bro, I just think niggas know that.
And think about, bro,
They,
people
when they
doing
took
that.
their money, when they took that money, they signed an NDA. They knew they'd get everything taken from them if they came
Yeah,
out.
I think you don't want to. Like, who's gonna be the guy to come out and say that, and then the whole league
Who's
disagrees?
gonna be the guy that loses
now
his
you're
entire
playing-
life because he wanted to blow the whistle on some
and
stuff?
now you're playing football in Nova Scotia. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to be that guy?
Pelican
Playing with Pelican Bay. And then here's my other thing. The more I thought about it, okay, so Green Bay, so Aaron Rodgers, so you saw last night when Tom Brady, he was yelling at the sideline and he kept saying no, same, we're gonna run the same play. I'm not coming. You mean to tell me, Aaron Rodgers in the twilight of his career, in the biggest game of the season, on a routine scramble that we know he does.
And he's gonna beat the linebacker 9 out of 10 times.
Out of 10, and they're on what they're on the 2, on the 1,
It
or
was like on the 5s.
On, like, they were-
Yeah, they were like on the Falcons.
yeah, they were close.
yeah, they were
Okay, so they're close. Okay, and you mean to tell me
You don't
that
run?
Aaron Rodgers doesn't? He looks at the play call and just says, okay, so we're gonna give them 40 yards instead of 90. Let's just attack number. Let's just attack that. So let's just attack that fact that if we miss this, we're gonna give them 90 yards, and that's gonna be tough because he's already thrown 3 picks now. So we're gonna say scratch that. We're gonna give him 40 yards, and it's Tom Brady, for a chance at the Super Bowl. Isn't it odd to anybody else that in any other game, Aaron Rodgers
Is running.
he runs for that, and in this
He
game,
did it on second and third
in
down.
second
Run.
and third,
and
then
didn't run.
Yeah,
Run.
He looked at the pylon and said, "I'm good."
I'm straight.
I mean, bro.
And in this game, in this moment,
Wow.
he decides, man, I don't think, you know,
Oh,
wow, yeah,
I seen that.
That's
yeah.
real.
Hold on, Jay, move it over a little bit. I didn't see it.
yeah. It's for the listeners. It says, "Dear Tom Brady, there's only one way to
Stop
prove
it.
you're really the GOAT, and that's go to the Detroit Lions."
I mean, bro. Imagine if he was like,
That's
"Yo,
like-
I'm going to Detroit."
Yeah, okay. And then you hear the horns go and the sky crack and Jesus take us all back. But listen, listen.
Yeah.
You said, all right, you niggas getting a little too
Yeah,
far
he-
down.
Yeah, this is why I'm coming back.
Yeah, he will look at the throne.
Alright.
He will look at the mercy seat and say, "Okay, yeah, it's time to go. For
time to
real,
go.
for real."
Let's
I
go.
let Harden join the Nets.
Yeah,
but
it's
damn it,
time to
too
go.
far.
Yeah, I let Harden go
they
to the
getting
Nets.
crazy.
Tripping down there.
They getting crazy down there. This time, but no, and that's a good point. And that's a good point. And I want to move on to the LeBron thing. But so that's my thing. I just think it's odd when you look at all these instances in a competitive game. Blake, we're not even quarterbacks, and we would have ran for that. Like,
true.
I mean,
I would have tried.
Come on, bro.
He said I would have tried.
I mean, come on, bro.
Hey, Sheldon, honesty, bro. I feel you.
I mean,
Hey,
come
it's
on.
about
So,
time.
I'd have tried.
I just think that's weird. I think that's weird. But the other kind of transitioning, Tom Brady, obviously what he's done, unprecedented. 7 rings, 43 years old. Have to give him his due, his respect for that. LeBron James, 20th year in the NBA, and he's playing like he's 20. So the question is, what's more impressive, LeBron at 20 years playing how he's playing, or Tom Brady at 43 playing how he's been able to play?
LeBron.
This is tough. Bro.
I say LeBron. I say
I
LeBron.
say LeBron because,
100%.
like I said, Tom Brady's protected by the refs,
And he's
the
a-
NFL.
A quarterback is a piece of the puzzle. LeBron is the puzzle,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. And it's 82 games, bro.
It's just
82 games of pounding. I mean, I get it. Football is the ultimate tough. Cool. But 82 games, and you're still going up against grown men. You're still getting hit. You're still getting knocked around. It's 82 games.
You're
And then
traveling all that time, like, your body's tired. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
fatigue.
Exactly.
So, and then the playoffs come. And that's even more intense. And so you mean to tell me
7-game
20
series.
years where you've been in that, you've had an extended season for what? You guys know the numbers. How many years of his career has he been to the playoffs?
Like 17 of his
I mean-
20.
17. So
basically.
17 years, you're making it into the postseason.
He's
Olympics.
playing until at least
Olympics
May.
too. I mean,
Elite May.
and if he's
Yeah.
not in the postseason, he's sometime playing in the Olympics or both. So
yeah.
I think it's LeBron. Now Sheldon said he thinks it's Tom. I'm gonna let him
Tom.
say what he says,
It's
and then we're
Tom.
gonna chew him up.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Shel.
One.
Because I'm halfway with you, Shel, so I want to hear you first.
Okay, well,
One.
halfway.
Hey, what is enough flame to
Whatever
go
you,
around?
whatever you guys say about. Oh, chill.
Yeah, halfway your ass back to Wisconsin. How about that?
Hey,
Go ahead.
I'm leaving tonight, man.
Go ahead.
Okay. One. Whatever y'all say about the blocking in line, whatever. Football is the hardest sport to do it, and to have consistency that he's had of making the Super Bowl 10 times, when like y'all said about LeBron, my bad, about LeBron, about LeBron, doing it on his own, he affect both sides of the ball. That's why I think it's more impressive with Brady, because he has to depend on other guys to do it. He can't do it by himself.
Bro, what?
No, he can't do it by himself to get to those points. Because like you said, the defense won it last night.
Yeah.
But-
And you lost me.
You said what?
And you lost me.
Bro,
Okay,
what are
anyway.
you talking about?
Okay.
Go ahead. I want to hear.
Okay, scratch that point. Anyway,
I'm trying to give you an opportunity.
Restart.
but no, football is the harder sport.
Yeah.
For him to do what he's doing at 43, I don't care what y'all say, is impressive.
Okay.
Like, there's not really a clear drop off. He might not have the arm strength like he had at 30, but he's still playing at a high level. And for him to do that at 43 is highly, highly impressive.
It is.
And unlike basketball, where you can buy a championship or buy, having players come and help you win a championship, football is moving parts. You have salary caps.
Bro,
You
but-
have different
But here's
But
the
like
his-
you, but
you
like
have
you
different
said,
coaches
Tom,
every year. You might. I'm
Yeah,
just
but
saying.
Tom
You
Brady's
have.
not seeing. He's not seeing. Tom Brady's not seeing so many moving parts that he doesn't have a say or a hand.
bro,
in,
you
though.
don't think he picked to go to Tampa when
I
they
mean,
were
like,
loaded.
Yeah, like it's
So you
not,
don't-
it's not
that-
he
that's
went
like
to the
buying a
Jets, Bro.
championship.
He didn't go to the Jets and do this.
Yeah, it's
At 40,
exactly.
He went to Tampa Bay that had a ready-made team. They just needed him.
You
I
know
mean,
what?
you know what I'm saying? But here's my thing about LeBron. And listen, enjoy tonight because I'm never gonna go in for LeBron like this again. But my thing is
Hey,
this:
record and reference.
you
this
gotta
point.
you gotta understand something, bro. We've been niggas that can hoop. We've been in situations playing in our respective regulation games where we took over, and it's like, bro, I'm tired. But you gotta find that to take over and win the game. You got a guy in his 20th season that's done that his whole career, night in and night out, where he has to say, bro, it's the playoffs, it's game 6, I have to do this.
You gotta be clutch.
Like, I don't have it in me to do this, but I have to will them to win on both sides of the floor.
Yes,
I
and
got
I
to
hate-
score,
He has to get the points. The
That's
rebounds,
correct.
the
And I
assists,
hate
the blocks.
the
I mean,
steals.
it's like he's
Hit
got
the game winning shot.
I hate to bring it up because it's true, but don't you always say about the game being soft, like the game being different than it was back in the 90s?
Bro,
He's
it's
Doesn't that help LeBron just a tad?
No.
because he still.
It doesn't help that the
No.
league is not as physical or
Bro,
as
Tom Brady
bro,
doesn't
listen,
get hits.
listen.
Yeah, Brady-
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Tom Brady
that's
doesn't
that's
have-
bold
But that's-
because LeBron is gonna put up his numbers in any era. He's gonna
But
put
does
it up
he-
in the 60s. He's gonna put it up in the 70s. He's gonna put it up in the 80s.
okay,
and
but
90s.
does he have the same success in the 90s and 80s that he have now?
No, Jordan was there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If LeBron going against Jordan in the finals, he not winning 6 straight on.
Okay.
On
Uh,
he not winning 6 straight on
What
Jordan.
LeBron
no.
team?
well, LeBron
You said
team, though.
what?
What team? What LeBron team are we talking about going against the Bulls?
Bro, if you picked any of the good LeBron teams, Jordan's not winning 6 straight on them.
His best team was what?
His best team
13?
was probably Miami.
Miami
His best-
13?
You think Jordan winning 6 rings on Miami team with Dwayne Wade and LeBron and Ray Allen?
The only reason why
And
I'll
Mario
say the only
Chalmers.
reason why I'll say it's close is because I'm gonna be honest with you.
6.
Chris Bosh would have got.
Ain't no by
Pulverized.
Dennis. Dennis
I
would have
mean,
made
they
him
would've-
look
they
like a
would've-
punk.
It's the same reason why Jordan said that they were so glad they didn't have to see Houston. But he wanted to play them, but he said Olajuwon would have killed us. It's just it's
Yeah, had no answer for
There's
it.
no answer, and I think there's no answer for Dennis. I think there's no answer.
And Dennis don't even score points.
But then again, that's a good point though, because you got to think. But then, okay, so what? You got Wade though. Who's gonna stop him in Chicago?
Bro, who is checking Wade?
Who's gonna
Scotty.
Who's
And
checking
that's-
LeBron?
and
Because
that's-
I'm be real with you, Jordan not sitting on somebody
I
that's
mean,
50
Jordan would
pounds
probably
bigger
check
than
Wade.
him.
Bro,
Or Jordan probably check Wade. And Scotty have
Jordan would
LeBron.
check Wade.
And
So
Scotty
you,
Scotty
think,
would
so you
check
think
LeBron.
Jordan just shutting down Wade? He ain't scoring.
Yeah. Prime Jordan and
Wade just
Dwayne
No,
not
but
doing-
Wade-
we're
Wade not
talking
doing
we're talking
anything.
Miami Wade. We're not talking prime Wade though.
Okay, yeah, then I'll give you that.
We're not
he's
talking
sitting
Miami.
on-
So you think Scotty just shutting down LeBron?
wasn't
No,
MJ
I'm not
a
saying
defensive
something.
player of
You
the
said
year?
what?
There wasn't MJ on the all.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. He was
9
he was
times.
all
He was a
defensive
DPOY
pretty
for
much
sure.
every year.
9
I mean,
times.
he was a defensive team.
9
But
times.
we talking about nothing. We talking about Wade. Dwayne Wade is like what? You top 4 shooter scorers of all time, or shooting guards of all time?
But he wasn't top 4.
Top three.
13. He wasn't top 4 in 13 though.
All right, Jamal, we
Yeah,
didn't get
he's
a
top
chance
30.
to let's have your
No, I mean, Sheldon, I was just gonna say, I was leaning more toward you with Brady, but then when you really think about it, man, even if Brady goes to a tailor-made situation, he can rely on the defense.
Yeah.
He can, he can rely on a random special team kid that runs it back for a touchdown and win the game. He can rely on a Malcolm Butler to intercept Russell Wilson to win him a
They
championship.
should have ran the ball.
You know, and it's things like that where it's like,
Bron
yes,
can't do
LeBron.
that.
LeBron has had his bailouts too.
Okay.
He's had his Ray Allen
Right.
clutch shots. He's had his, he's had his situations. But at the end of the day, LeBron had to play 7 games multiple times to get there.
And he's got.
But what I'm
and-
saying-
and
okay,
he's
okay.
got-
It started and ended with LeBron.
Okay, that works against LeBron. He has a series to get to the finals and win a championship.
I just want to make
Brady
note
got
that
one game.
Sheldon is
He
arguing.
can't have
against
one
LeBron.
game. He can't have one bad game. Where
He
LeBron
had one bad game.
No, I'm saying LeBron can have one bad game. There's a game 2, or a game 4.
Right.
or
So
game
Sheldon,
5.
what I'm
can't
saying
do
is that,
or they're going home.
but Sheldon, but that works to Brady's favor because
what I'm
just
saying.
like we just saw last night, if his opponent is the one that has that one bad game, Brady's job is extremely easy.
Right.
Brady threw for 200 yards last night.
200, bro. 200.
200.
But I'm
Granted,
saying-
he had 3 touchdowns, but he threw for 200 yards. He was coasting. By the
I
second
know.
half, he was just letting Fournette
Right.
and Ronald Jones
Right.
eat.
But I'm
Pretty
saying,
much.
LeBron cannot just sit there and pass the ball to
For a whole
Dennis
series.
Schroeder, to Danny
know,
Green.
right.
Like, he
Exactly.
can't
He only
afford
does
to
I'm
do
not
that.
saying I'm not saying he can't do that for a
And
whole
let's-
series. I'm saying
Okay.
he can do that for one game, get away with it.
And let's say
Brady
this.
can't.
So let's say this then. Let's compare Brady's one game
Okay.
and let's compare the weight on LeBron's shoulders for any game 7 in a close series.
Okay, but they're not getting to a game 7.
But I'm saying if because game 7 represents an elimination
Right,
game.
right.
So let's say in an elimination game for Bron, and like you said last
against the
night,
Warriors.
you know,
Use that
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
let's just
then
LeBron has
y'all
to
use
do.
that-
LeBron has to do so much in an elimination game, and not against no routing team, no team. You know what I'm saying? Like in a competitive game,
Warriors.
he has to do so much more than Brady has to do, and he has to do it on
top-
both sides of the ball,
On
bro.
top of having,
Yeah, but in those Super Bowls that he won previously, he had to lead that game-winning drive to set them up for field goals to win those Super Bowls. That's
So-
Brady.
Yeah,
And then
but
my only other objection. I'm sorry, Matt. Before I let you go,
good,
my
you're
only objection is that when Brady snaps that ball, he's giving it to someone else running.
yeah.
He's handing it off to someone else running. Yes, he makes his pre-snap reads and he puts it max protection, X, Y, Z, all this other good stuff. Yeah. But when that ball leaves his hands, it's in someone else's to go make the play.
Yeah, and they do make the play.
LeBron, it starts and ends with him.
Yeah,
And his body it's more impressive to me that LeBron is still doing what he's
And
doing.
here's the-
Quiet, and
Sometimes
LeBron's
when
been hit
Kyrie
harder
get that-
than Tom Brady's been hit
Yeah,
harder. And
let's
he
be
doesn't even
real.
play football.
And
And
listen,
everyone and they have the same competitive fire, but everyone hates LeBron. But Tom Brady can do whatever the hell he wants, and everybody it's just it's cookies and roses.
and that's
so it
the
is what it
truth.
is.
That's the thing. My thing is the distance and the gap in how people treat GOATs across sports. That blows my mind. How you
Yeah.
can love Tom Brady, but then not respect somebody like Floyd, or you can love Tom Brady and not like LeBron. Like if you're
Yeah.
gonna respect,
I love
Tom,
Conor McGregor, but I hate Floyd
but
Mayweather.
I hate
what,
bro. That's
yeah.
not even a thing, bro.
Well, okay,
Like
so-
it's better you just say you are a hater than to do
Just
that.
say you're a racist.
So
That
I mean, that's-
escalated quickly.
Right.
Keep it a buck. Just say you don't like black people. That's
And
loud.
the white guy in studio is shaking his head like,
Right.
yeah, you are.
He's like,
You're invited to the barbecue.
Like, yeah, you are racist. Yeah.
You're right.
So,
You're
okay,
right.
so
Jay, we love you, bro. We playing.
Hey, it's good. It's good.
So I think it's absolutely like that. Like when you look at Tom Brady, why does you compare? He comes across as humble. He comes across as this guy that just wants to win, all that stuff like that. LeBron is the same way. Like you look at LeBron, like what has LeBron ever really done wrong as a person? Like to just
He
be
spoke
real.
out against social justice, and he did everything else that ruffles feathers to corporate America. So now LeBron's the bad guy. Oh, shut up and dribble. No one ever told Tom Brady to shut the hell up and throw a football when he
Nope.
endorsed Trump.
I
Nope,
think
not at all.
honestly, I think what it is that black athletes or maybe just black people come
Are
across
seen in a
as-
different light.
Yeah, they just come across as more cocky than white people.
Bro,
Just
it's
seeing
because
it
it's
in a
because
different
it's
light.
the, because it's the elephant in the room, bro. That athletically, we're just like that, bro. It's the
I mean, we
I
are
mean, bro.
right,
I
man.
hate to be that guy, bro.
We do it better.
Name me. Look, man, and I'm not trying to be. Listen, there's a lot of white players across sports that are unbelievable, unbelievable. But I'm just saying, bro. On average, bro, African American people are just more athletic, bro, than the average white guy.
And we're
Yeah,
more
I think
saucier with
I
it,
think
too.
it's I think it's a
So-
case of where your mind goes, energy flows kind of situation where it's like we spend a lot of our time, a lot of our culture, is geared towards like the people that we put on the highest pedestal are athletes and entertainers, right? So like naturally you're gonna be more better in those areas because we put more emphasis into.
I
those
gotta be
areas
honest with
than
you. White people
anybody.
could do that all day. That don't mean they're gonna be better than us and stuff.
You get
In terms of
you get
sports.
some saucy white dudes that got bounced.
Nigga,
that
they had one
and they
job,
trained.
and that was to keep golf. They had one
And
job.
hockey.
Listen. We gave y'all one thing.
I had one job.
One job
One job.
was to keep.
You had one
golf.
thing you didn't let us in.
All right.
Listen,
And we set up to.
I don't know.
And as soon as they heat that swimming pool up, we coming for that.
Battle, chill. As soon as they heat that pool up.
Hey, look, man. You heard it here first, bro. You heard it here first, bro.
I ain't gonna
Hey,
count
man.
that.
Olympics. You coming.
Dog, could you imagine us on the diving?
Bro, look, man. It's
I know,
There's
some,
some
I know
niggas-
some people in the hood that can
Man,
flip.
what? It's some niggas you say, look, brother, I got some switches and
There's
look,
some crackhead.
look, man, I need you to get to the end of that pool. And look, man, they'll be like, and he'll do it in some jean shorts, nigga, with some.
Hey, that nigga doing it in some zip off jabos.
Hey, 'cause I know for sure Tyrone Biggums will get to the end of that
Man,
pool real quick.
Bro, look,
And
man.
they ain't about to shave their legs either.
Yeah, look, bro. So that's that's just what it so that's what it comes down to for me. I just think it's like you said, and we kind of turn that into a social commentary thing about it. But I just feel like, hey,
Did
I mean, it's just.
We fought a stereotype and we gave one right back.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. But I do think LeBron has a lot more pressure night in and night out, and it's more demanding on his body to be. I mean, look at it, bro. 20 years, and you know me. I think a lot against LeBron in certain regards of his game, but I can't be blind to say that what he's been able to do night in and night out is remarkable. It's remarkable.
The average NFL or NBA game, average NBA player is running about 2 miles a game. Just in the course of a game, 2 miles, right?
And that's
at
the
full
average
speed,
guy.
at full speed, and LeBron is well above average.
Yeah.
So imagine how many miles do you think Tom Brady runs in a game?
Dude, what? If a mile.
Run.
If a mile.
Just stay in that pocket.
He doesn't run a mile in the course of a game. Are you kidding me?
He's never been hit, so he's never gonna take. Honestly,
His longest run is when he come out the tunnel and run to the other end and be like, "Let's go."
Bro, I don't think we should diminish him because he doesn't get
bro.
No,
I
you're
don't think
tripping.
we're
That's
diminishing him.
not-
I'm
that's
just
not
saying.
fair. That's not
I
fair.
am. He get
That's
protected
not
way
fair.
There you
too
go,
much.
show with this Jason Whitlock stuff, man.
I just think that if he was getting hit regularly, like any other quarterback over the course of their career, he probably
Well,
would have
of
been out the
course.
league years
Yeah,
ago.
that's what I'm
course, but
saying, bro.
So
That's
what
not
I'm
him.
saying.
That could be the scheme, though.
So what I'm saying
That
is,
could be the scheme
So
they
what I'm
drew
saying is that if you put a lot of other quarterbacks in those positions, they might have just the same. Like we always talk about, if you put Aaron Rodgers in New England, how many rings does he have?
Yeah, bro. And this is my thing too. Let's look at okay, Michael Jordan, Kobe, Bron, Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson. Like, I'm thinking about players who people over time say that the refs kind of started to like, okay, he's kind of getting hit a lot. Like when you look at even those guys, they still get hit more than Brady does. Like Dwayne Wade, it became a point where he was always on the floor, even after the refs were kind of starting to give him foul. Like, bro, like these guys are hitting the deck. Like every play, I guess.
Bron gets wrapped up more than
Yeah,
Tom
bro.
Brady.
As much as I like to say he flops and stuff like that, bro, Bron's still getting hit, bro. Like he's still
Tom
getting
eating
knocked
some
around. Like,
avocado ice cream after the game and chilling.
yeah, like come on, bro. Tom Brady's
know-
sitting
you know
back
what's
there.
all-
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what's always been interesting to me is that like people will dub, like Tom Brady the GOAT, and like people forget that Tom Brady lost Super Bowls too. But Joe Montana was 4-0, and like, no, I never hear like, oh, well, Tom Brady will never beat Joe Montana. Joe Montana's the GOAT.
But
But it's like, okay, Jordan was 6-0, and LeBron is X amount. It's like, oh, LeBron will never be this, or LeBron will like,
Yeah,
and
they
LeBron
want
lost
you
too.
to
But it's
be
like
undefeated.
we're always so quick to dub Brady
Yeah.
the GOAT. He lost games too. He lost to Eli Manning twice,
Bro.
and an Eagles team that he had no business losing.
Twice, bro, and they don't want to give Eli no shine, bro. That pisses me off.
And there is a debate that says, is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer? And he beat who y'all say the GOAT is twice.
Twice, bro. Speak
got
on it,
seven.
dog. But let's just real quick though,
Seven,
bro.
bro.
You mean to
yeah,
tell
that
me?
boy's shooting 70% from the finals.
70%.
Okay,
Bro.
I'm not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You had me.
League assisted,
me.
nigga. League assisted. Come on, dog. You mean to tell me they ain't make a phone call and say don't call
Hey,
that
but
PI?
that's a
Drunk.
slippery slope, bro. Because you can go down that route with any athlete. You could say Mike, bro. How many rings did Mike win that might have been assisted? How many rings did Kobe win that may have been assisted because he was the
LeBron.
most popular
I'm
person?
gonna keep it a band with you,
Kyrie
bro.
hitting the shot.
The only ring in my eyes that Mike and them really struggled with was Utah, and that's because Mike was like, nigga,
And that was
I'm
over in
old.
6. Both
Right.
of them.
You know what I'm
Both
saying?
years.
Like that was.
Both years.
I'm just saying, like, I think that, like, come on, dog. The Supersonics weren't gonna beat them. It's because that was the year Mike's dad died. Nigga, please. They weren't gonna beat them. I'm saying they weren't gonna beat them, and he's playing in commemoration of his father. You drunk?
Rest in peace.
You know what I'm saying? Then the Phoenix Suns weren't gonna freaking beat them. Like, dog, come on, man. Like, let's just be real. Mike it was tough. I'm not saying it was easy, but bro, the Jazz and when he got over the hump with the Pistons. And that wasn't even in the
Finals.
the NBA finals. That
Right.
was in the conference.
Conference finals.
Who did they beat after they beat
Someone,
the Lakers? Yeah,
Someone actually
Lakers.
which
said.
and they beat an old Magic.
Someone
Yeah,
actually
they beat-
said
yeah,
that
they
the
beat-
reason Jordan won so many finals in the '90s was really due to the fact that the league kept expanding, so a lot of good players were getting
Moved around.
moved around because of expansion drafts. And I never really thought about that until I seen that. But that's a good point, man. You diluting talent on teams, they don't have the chance to team up.
Yep. That's true.
Hey, listen, Mike's still the GOAT though.
Yeah, he is. He busted
know.
it,
I'm
man.
drive 57 on them.
You know,
Right.
so but that's so yeah. I just feel like, hey, I feel like LeBron is probably, if you really want to look at it, his miles,
Oh, he got a ton of
phew,
miles.
it's a ton of miles on there, man. And I just think for him to be doing what he's doing. Now, granted, you made a great point. I think the league is leaps and bounds softer, but I still think that it's. Because like I said, you still got to go out and get a bucket, though. And you still got to score. And you still got to play defense. And you still got to... So even if the league is soft, it's soft on both sides. It's not just soft when LeBron goes up and not soft when other players... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you still got to... And you're playing people like Golden State, where it's like, dude...
He's toying with these.
Like, bro, when has Tom Brady seen a Golden State? When has Tom Brady seen a team where it was like, bruh, you can forget it? I mean,
But
you can
that's our point, though. Well, that's my
Because
point.
he is the Golden State. Is that what you're
No,
trying
what I'm saying is, in basketball, that's a lot easier to do. Have teams like that.
Which is
And
why I
the
think
NFL
that's the point for LeBron.
Which I,
man.
which,
NFL
yeah,
is
that's
not.
why I think it's harder. That's why I think it's harder for Brown than it is for Tom. I think it's just harder for Brown.
Bro, he controls one aspect of the game. Tom Brady
And goals
controls
and assists
offense.
matter, bro.
Yeah, one half of the
Bro,
game.
Malcolm Butler, like you said, Jamal. Bro, if Marshawn scores,
Butler
there was
won
nothing
him a
that
ring,
Tom
man.
could have done.
There was nothing yet.
There's
Like,
nothing Tom
the
could have
seconds
done.
are winding down. Tom has to sit on the bench unless that nigga want to play safety and get beat.
Bro, LeBron is getting the
it's
triple
over
double.
for him.
He's getting the 40-point triple double
Okay, but
and
you
the
can say
game
that
winning
about-
block.
I mean, that
It's
as much as I hate it,
But you
that
can
block on
'cause
Iguodala, like, bro,
that
I mean,
is
Steal
cold,
steal
bro.
his championship.
it takes that.
Okay,
bro.
but
it
if it
takes
wasn't-
that for Brown. It
Does
don't
the-
take that
You
for
can say that about
Brady.
Braun.
This-
Take out the Kyrie shot. Take out the Ray Allen shot.
Bro, that's
Take
one
out-
shot though. We're
That's
talking.
the
We're
shot.
talking about. Okay, we're talking about one shot, and I'm saving all this shit when you bring LeBron back up in the future in the
yeah,
chat,
yeah,
so you know
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
But that's one shot. LeBron had to put Kyrie in position to get that shot.
Okay.
See where he came
And
from on that block?
Okay.
And
okay.
on top of what Blake just said, that's one shot, bro. And you got to understand, if Kyrie or whoever else doesn't do that, Bron has to do that. So I think Bron's like, yeah, I mean, Kyrie that is like that, bro. So he can come down, whatever. But Bron's been on teams and has been in situations where there wasn't a Kyrie to do that. And so it's
But
on
they didn't
him.
win, and they didn't win though.
His starting point guard at one time was Eric Snow.
Snow.
Well, he is the point guard, so that doesn't count.
But I'm saying, even
Exactly. He running the 1, 2, and a
LeBron
3,
took a
and a
team
4,
to the finals
and a
that
5.
they run 5 plays.
I played.
They run 5 plays, and they all call
LeBron
LeBron.
James, Ramona's son,
Point guard.
whatever her name,
Glorious.
Glorious son,
Said Ramones.
that boy from Akron,
Right.
formerly of Miami, and the current LA Laker. That's the starting 5.
Why is LeBron? Yeah, so
Yeah,
All
that
I'm saying is,
commercial.
Sheldon, you don't want to go remove moment to make blank happen because Tom Brady has those too.
in a greater
You
in a
remove
greater
the tuck
way.
rule, he loses. You remove that circus catch from Julian Edelman and the Falcons, he loses. You remove that Malcolm Butler interception,
He loses, bruh.
Now you're talking about 4 rings. You're talking about the same amount of rings that Bron has now, but somehow you're saying that Tom Brady's better. That is a better resume than LeBron's having.
No, it's
7
Bron.
though.
Yeah, but bro,
I'm
it's
sorry.
it's
In
bro.
the hardest sport, in the world.
No.
Like, bruh, like
I think
No.
You
Yes.
just
Tom Brady
but here's my thing.
Brady plays the hardest position. And I give him that. But when he sits on the bench, he can't do anything.
But this is my thing too, bro. You just said it, bro. Because the NBA can say we're going, bro. The Brooklyn Nets got Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, bro.
And he got to beat all of them.
And he has to go up against that.
Or
And
his
they got to
legacy.
see him.
Like they got to go up against that. And what if they can't get another
Nah,
guy
it's the other
to
way around,
complement
Jamal.
him and AD? Like then it's just him and AD. You said Tom's not
and
going through that.
The way AD playing right now, it's him.
I mean,
Okay,
so
but-
that's what I'm saying. You said it's the harder sport, but I'm saying
because you got one shot at it.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you got a given team that can have an KD, a Kyrie, and a James Harden, and you got LeBron who may have to go 1-on-3, what's harder, bruh? It's
bro-
harder to do what Bron has to do again.
But what I'm
Because he has to
saying is-
answer Kyrie, he got to answer
And
KD, and he got to answer James.
Is it really harder when
offensively
Brady
and
can literally look at that roster and be like, oh, they stacked, I'm going there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's easy, bro. It's like LeBron going to Golden State. Be like, oh, they stacked, I'm going there.
Yeah.
And then
And if you don't think that Brady going to the Bucks was a calculated move,
yeah, bro, he didn't just wake up and be like, yeah, I like Tampa and the Florida and the crazy people down there.
That man looked at that roster top to bottom. Bruce Arian, he trusts
did.
Bruce Arian enough
and
as
it's
a coach.
and the
But
Super
again,
Bowl is
Super
in
Bowl
was
the
gonna
Super
be a
Bowl is
home
in
game.
Tampa Bay.
Got there.
But again, in football, we've seen that before. We've seen stacked teams that don't win it.
What team
What a
has
greater,
What team
what
has
a
really
played a
just
home
been
game
stacked?
in the Super Bowl?
no, I'm saying we've seen
Not
teams
Detroit.
be
What
stacked
team was
and
stacked?
haven't won a championship.
What team was stacked in the
They're
NFL
just
that
stacked
didn't
like
win?
that.
Every team that's been stacked has won at least once. The
What
last
team
stacked
went from 7
team,
9 to the
And
Super
the
Bowl
one team
because
that
of
was
one
kind
guy?
of really stacked when he had Randy Moss as a receiver and they lost.
and they went 18-1 that year.
But they didn't win it.
But I'm saying,
And I'm saying the
but
greater
I'm-
percentage of that happening is in the NBA
But here's the thing,
than
though.
the NFL.
Here's the thing, though. The last team that was stacked to me was Seattle. Defensively, I just think they were just
Yeah, they were
stacked,
Yeah.
and they won, bro.
And honestly, there have been a lot of stacked
And
defensive
Peyton
teams.
Manning's Broncos won.
And they were defensively
That was the
stacked.
best. That was the best offense in the league. Pat Mahomes Chiefs won, and they were the best offense in the league.
Yeah, it's like it's this. It don't like, bro. He's had
Ravens defense with Joe Flacco, best defense in the league.
yeah.
Like you have to be the
Ravens
best on one
defense.
side of the ball.
My bad for cussing if my parents watching. But Ravens defense against the Giants. Bro, huh? Trent Dilfer was their quarterback, bro. Their
Yeah.
defense had
I'm just
Everybody.
mad you waiting an hour in.
well, it is what it is. At this
That
point.
boy phone about to go crazy.
I'm silly.
Boy, what the?
What did you say?
But no, so
not no Matthew.
yeah, but you know,
Anyway, I'm off it.
yeah. So yeah, he's got 7. Whatever. Move on. I'm ready. I'm ready for a new narrative. Is my thing. But the one thing. So I was talking to somebody today, and we were talking about the situation with Tyrann and Tom, and how I guess Tom said whatever Tom said was out of pocket, especially now for Tom for them to be meeting now, to talk about it. They're supposed to be meeting somewhere to talk about what happened. And I told my old coworker this, and I said, you know. I was like, bro, that's not okay. And he was like, well, I need the whole story. And I'm like, bro, white gentleman. And I said, bro,
Sorry, Jason.
From the mountains of Caucasus.
white gentleman. And I said, Tyrann said it was out of pocket. He said he's not going to repeat what was said. He said Tom went too far. So much so that Tom apologized in a coward way through text to me. Whatever you said, apologize in public since I was shown to be this crazy guy last night going at you. Tell them what really happened then. But anyway, you know, Tom apologized, yeah, and you need the whole story? The whole story is that Tom has to meet with him to apologize for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and my
That
thing,
says it all right there.
yeah, and my thing is like, what do you mean you need the whole story? Because when AB was going, you didn't need the whole story for AB.
So
Everybody was talking crazy about AB.
You
And
just better cut that.
I mean, bro, they was ready to string him up.
Well,
and
yeah,
people
I mean-
didn't know certain nuances about his situation.
Nah, for good reason.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So I think, like, you know, and that's just the attitude of, you know, so Tyrann said something, Tom Brady, well, I need to know what was said. Bro, Tyrann said it was out of pocket and it was too far. That's it.
And he apologized. For it.
And Tom had to apologize.
Apologize.
And he was like, well, it could have just been, he said it could have just been, you know, he called him a B or he called him a, I'm like, bro, Tyrann is a homeboy.
Yeah.
You think B would have offended him, bro?
The question is,
Come on,
what do you think he said?
I mean, his president.
Listen,
his
bro.
President is Trump.
Listen,
so
bro. I'm not. Listen, man. I'm not gonna say I don't know, so I'm not gonna just say it was racist. But whatever he said,
He got him.
for him to number one apologize via text after the game, and then for them to have to meet up and have a conversation, and for Tyrann to not be able to repeat it on Twitter, to me, it was either racist or he said some foul stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what that foul stuff is. Could have been about his girl. Could have been. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right. But whatever he said, bruh,
It was out of pocket.
it was foul.
I heard the rumor was that he said that Giselle tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios. That's what.
Man, stop.
Brady wouldn't have said that to. Why would Brady say that
I'm sorry.
to
I'm
Tyrann?
sorry. Tyrann's girl. Whatever.
Yeah.
I
So you know, I don't know, man. But I just think, and then that's the other thing is that Brady gets to act how he wants to act.
Yeah.
Say what he wants to say. And it's passion, but you know,
It's called competitiveness.
yeah.
But when
then
Tyrann do it,
Tyrann,
he get a penalty for it.
bro. And that's the thing, like, bro.
Yeah.
Even Romo last night said Brady has been going up to Tyrann, and they're giving Tyrann the flag.
Yeah. I did see
Romo
that.
said that.
I did
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, huh? And you talk about you need the whole story?
No, you don't.
Man, people
Nah.
kill me, bro.
Yeah.
People kill me.
You don't need the whole story. for that.
Matt, what I will say is that I don't believe that it was racist because I think he got enough brothers on that team that he wouldn't cross that line.
Yeah, I don't know.
But at the same time, I think he had enough brothers on that team that they heard what Tom said and they told him, bro, you need to go reach out to him and apologize to that man.
And to be honest, bro, different things set different people off. You go to a particular city in the Midwest and you call somebody a goofy, and they're ready to kill you.
You say you goof ass nigga. They like, what would you say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
boy. It's just, look,
You know what it is?
Chicago
what it
and
is.
Jamal
Like, if I
kicked
go
out
to
Rick.
California,
Am I
Southside Chicago, Jamal
Yeah.
came out.
Look, man.
Boy, you a goofy. Yeah, nigga.
Man, it's a,
And
like,
he's dead.
I agree,
Niggas
bro.
have died for less.
It's some stuff.
just another nigga dead.
That's true though. I mean, like you said, Blake, it's some stuff, bro, that you can say in certain places to certain people, and bro, it's that.
And you
No
go to
questions
Grand
asked,
Blanc and
it's
call
that.
somebody a goofy, and they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of us
It
there.
applies. So
From
You know what I
Disney?
But like you said, whatever. Look, man, whatever he said, it wasn't no regular trash talk.
Yeah.
You don't need to apologize for no regular trash talk.
Don't.
and
And you don't need to meet up for no regular trash talk.
Right.
Right, and I think Tyrann got thick skin, man. He's been in this game a long
man.
time, bro. He's seen and heard a lot. If Tyrann feels so passionate that he has to go out of his way
And
to say
say,
on his personal
come
Twitter,
on, dog.
what that man said to me, I can't even repeat it here. But I'm gonna leave it at that. God
You're
bless,
serious.
good game.
Hell yeah.
Frosted Flakes.
You know what I mean?
Honey
Like
Nut Cheerios.
he said something that
Chill,
had
Blake.
him feeling some type of way. But
Yeah,
I
chill.
know if it was bad enough, Tyrann
on,
would have
dog.
acted bad enough.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. But then the other part of it too is let's say that if it was racist and Tyrann come out after they lose, after he's made out to look like whatever,
Boo-boo the
well,
fool.
Tom Brady said this, and that.
Mhm.
Are people gonna even believe him?
No, they
just-
won't.
is it
and,
gonna
and
even?
Matt, me and you were talking about
Yeah,
that. It's
like-
like whatever. If I say everyone perceives him as the GOAT. He's the greatest. He's Tom terrific. Like no
They
one
thought
would
he was-
believe
they would've
if
thought
I
he was-
tell him
they
that
would've
man
thought he
called
was
me
a
the
sore
N
loser.
word. They're gonna be like, shut
They're
up.
gonna be like, nah, Tyrann just trying to, cause he know right now it's sensitive to be saying that. So Tyrann
Right.
just trying to say
Yeah.
Tom.
Being a sore loser.
I just don't know
He's
how
trying to
people think.
stroke the fires of hate when we're trying to all come together right
I
now.
think he
Yeah.
definitely he definitely said something disrespectful. I don't necessarily know if it's racist because if I'm on the team with Tom Brady and he calls somebody a certain slur, I'm letting them get sacked that next play. I don't care. Like we already up as it is. I'm letting something happen to him.
Get
So
that
I-
man popped.
Yeah, so I don't think it was that, but I definitely think whatever he said was totally out of pocket, and you could see the way that he reacted. And usually Brady don't even be talking like
He don't.
niggas like
He was
that.
out of character
So
when he
you
did
so
that.
you know if he said something, he snapped.
Yeah.
You don't
had
be
to
like
have,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
You don't.
And
Really
like,
do it.
and furthermore, like you said, Jamal, like you said, and we can move on, but like you said, Jamal, bro, for Tyrann to come out and say, bro, I'm not gonna repeat what that man said to me. it was something, bro. If he just
Yeah.
called him a bitch, or if he just called him a
Yeah.
Tyrant ain't gonna come out and say, I can't repeat what he's. Bro, they say that
Yeah,
stuff
all
in
the
between
time.
the lines all game long.
Yeah.
Bro.
So it wasn't
He
just
was
no
on
easy
Twitter.
stuff.
It's not like on a public forum.
He was on
in a
Twitter
press
and then
conference.
deleted the tweet.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, he's
man.
on his personal Twitter, and he's
Come on,
like,
man.
even when he said, "I'm not gonna say what that man said to me," he got so much backlash that he deleted that tweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So imagine if he told people what Tom Brady said to him.
Yeah, come on, man. That's just not.
But,
that's,
you know,
I'm
I
not,
digress.
I'm not
Moving
going
on,
with
Matt.
that. I'm not going with that. So,
What we got?
but no, I just,
Social media.
yeah, man. So kind of something. That,
Shorties.
yeah, we had kind of. Look, man, these women, bro.
Oh, we towing that line.
These women, bro. And I'm gonna just say this.
Towing
Once
that
again, the
line.
views of
Matt, you fired?
Listen, bro. I'm
don't
not saying nothing
necessarily
crazy.
represent
I'm not saying
Right.
the
nothing
views
crazy.
of my future employer.
Yeah, I'm just
Talk
saying.
to him, Matt.
I'm just saying, and this is nothing crazy, but I just think with when I look at the Busted Challenge, and I look at the when I look at how social media, TikTok, bro, and I look at how it's affected women, even since I've been using social media, bro, it's getting worse and worse. Not only just in terms of the content that's being put on social media, but I think what it's doing to women and how they perceive themselves. Bro, like, I just think women are delusional in a greater way, and it's because of social media. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What you mean?
I think, like, bro, okay, so I think women who
Now
aren't...
tread carefully,
Right.
I think
Tread
women...
lightly.
because I will
Slow.
be down
Right.
if I lose
think-
my job.
I mean, I'm going
Right.
to stand on
Or
it.
my girl.
Shut
Yo,
up.
girl,
Girl.
nigga, what?
Tell me, yo, what?
Chill.
Shut
I'm
up.
playing.
What? We know. We know.
Bro, I just think that women...
Nigga.
I think that women on both sides, not just a specific. I think women on both sides. I think their perception of what they need, what they should have, who they are, has been influenced and contaminated by social media.
Contaminated, this
Yeah,
man said
contaminated. Because I think women look at stuff on social media and they see different guys, and they see how and it's like they feel like they need to be with a Michael B. Jordan, but it's like, bro,
All right.
you're not.
You
like,
y'all see that Super
You
Bowl
look like
commercial?
Michael B. Jordan. Like,
Y'all see that Super Bowl commercial?
Matt,
I'm just.
Matthew,
No, I'm bro.
Matt.
Okay,
the edge.
remember
You're on the edge.
remember the girl. We saw this in the group chat. Remember the girl that guy ripped apart.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She talking about her
But
man
she had
needs
like
600.
4 kids, and she was talking about, I need a guy
She
that
had
has
a
6
kid.
figures
She
and
had
has his
a
own
kid.
business,
He said
and runs
4
his own
kids.
business, blah, 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 blah.
She had a kid, one, and she made
She
6
had like
figures.
that.
I'm saying. No, I don't. I'm just saying.
Blake said he was only one.
So like I understand where she was trying to come from, right? Like she reached a certain status in life. She wanted somebody that matched her status. That's what everybody want, bro. Everybody wants somebody that's gonna match they fly.
But you got to be
But
real
then
with
you
gotta be
yourself,
realistic,
bro.
though.
That's the key.
But the
I'm
thing
a
was,
very-
she was being
match
real
your
because
status.
when he asked how attractive you think you are, she said 6. So she knew.
Delusion. Like you know you're a 6 and you have a kid, bro.
But you
Come
wanna,
on, dog.
but you wanna,
But you want to have
Yeah,
but you want to have restrictions and
Yeah.
and guidelines and
But Matt,
on,
Matt,
man.
let me play devil's
Low-key,
advocate. Let me
niggas
ask
like
you
that
this.
too, though.
yeah.
You
But
can
what's
play
the
devil-
difference between a fat dude thinking he deserve an IG model?
That's
That's
the thing.
delusion too, nigga. Bro,
But I'm
look,
just
man.
saying.
I'm a confident guy, okay? But
Yeah.
I know that there's a class, there's a tier that I'm not
That I know
attracting
my
anybody
limits.
in that tier right now. Like, and that's just the truth, bro. And I think that social media has made women. It's with the help of thirsty ass niggas, and by niggas I mean guys in general. I
Shelby.
think that it's because like they see like bro they
Chill.
see how sexualized
Hey, put a like in the
women
comment. If
are.
Never mind.
Dog, chill
Chill
out,
out,
bro. Bruh,
Hey,
bruh,
hey, ladies,
bruh.
put a like in the
Bruh.
comment and
Bruh.
show them slid in your DMs.
Look, we don't even have the bandwidth. We don't even have
Hey,
the bandwidth.
Hey, y'all chill out. We just crashed. Thanks,
Wow,
Jamal.
we don't even have the bandwidth for that many women to say that he's creeped on them.
Oh,
Our
chill,
views
bro.
We
just
would
go
break
up.
the internet. Hey, you know how I
Hey.
know a joke was funny
Hey.
is when while Jason's smoking his weed, he starts laughing. That's how I know something was really funny. but
Chill.
you know, so I think I just think it's delusion, bro. And like I said, I think women see how sexualized they are on social media and how much guys want certain things that they then in turn, well, if I got a little bit of ass or whatever, like this is what I should have or this is who I should be. And it's like, bro, what are you thinking about?
But I mean, that's valid. That's what dudes be going for. You know what I'm
Bro.
saying? Like, you think about it.
Alright.
Like, if you think about
Nigga.
the dudes that got the most money,
I can have all the
got all
muscle in the world. That don't mean Sweetie want me.
Right.
that's true.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
true.
different. But
And
it's
it don't
diff-
matter if she with a nigga with muscle.
But it's different for guys, bro. Like, if you got millions, billions in the bank, chances are your chick gonna be millions and billions, body wise, facial wise, all that stuff. That's just how it works.
Bro, I mean, that's fine. But I'm just saying, I think women that don't have millions and billions of anything but time shouldn't be sitting up there, shouldn't be trying to act like they can just be so picky
Millions
about
and billions.
who they can have, bro.
But women probably saying the same thing about niggas.
Yeah.
But that's real.
No, but
But
here's the
they
difference
say,
though.
They say
There's-
different.
there-
Though. They talk about money. They be like, if the dude broke, I ain't.
I
Bro,
ain't-
how
I
many
ain't
rap
messing with
songs you done heard of? Like, I ain't let no broke nigga, etc. Fill in the blank with anything.
Shit, I ain't fucking with no broke shorty.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
I mean-
guys don't really look at women being broke as an issue.
that's not an issue.
We don't care.
That's not true. Shit,
Jamal,
she broke. She gonna kill your car.
bro, listen,
Oh,
bro.
okay.
I haven't.
sound
I'm
like-
gonna
That
be-
sounds like personal
Yeah,
experience.
you want to
Listen,
speak on it?
No, that's because he
You wanna
messed.
speak on it?
All right, that's a different podcast. But
What you say?
listen, all I'm gonna say is this, bro. Guys on average don't. Guys on most of the time, bro. Guys are pretty realistic about what they can get. Let's just be honest, bro. It's women who are delusional about what they can get.
I don't know.
Nah, that's
I
not
don't
true.
know.
'Cause
Bro.
dudes be in DMs, bro. Dudes
Nah,
being
because Sheldon
Nigga,
Nigga,
a
Yeah.
woman
No,
being
full
a
of
woman,
Stop,
a woman
Jamal.
having a night of indiscretion with you.
If Saweetie opened her DMs, it'd be a bunch of dudes that ain't in that bracket.
But that's
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a bunch of dudes that ain't nowhere near
But
her
I'm
bracket.
saying, but what I'm saying is that's like that's creepy though. I'm talking about guys in terms of like being with like the average guy, and this is using high school or college.
Yeah.
The average guy is not gonna go up to a girl that he knows is leaps and bounds
Shoot
in
and
a
shoot.
different league. No,
Shoot
they're
and
not.
shoot.
The average guy's not gonna do that.
Sheldon,
Chill, bro.
Sheldon, weigh in on this.
weigh on this one.
Bro, chill.
Have you
Sheldon,
ever
Sheldon,
shot?
weigh in on this.
Bro, chill.
Yeah, I'm not trying to even get to the
Have
Sheldon
you-
thing.
Stop.
Jason, what'd you say?
I don't know. I guess average guy maybe, but I'm a bigger dude, and I've probably had some of the most attractive girlfriends out of like a big friend group.
But
'Cause girls
Jason,
like
you're
big
funny.
guys.
That's different. I'm talking about Sheldon.
What?
They do. They
You
do.
said what?
Listen,
Girls like
but-
big guys. I mean,
All right, bro. Whatever you got to tell
But
you.
Jay-
That's what I would say. Like, I think it's different from the woman's perspective as the guy's perspective. I'm not dating a girl that's just funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, no, that's the truth.
I'm glad you have a great personality and we'll hang out.
So you saying she got to
With
look
my
good?
girl and your man or whatever if you got one or something. But like,
he said, nah, that's not happening.
I mean,
from a girl's point of view, I mean, you've had a girlfriend?
no.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Sheldon's
You
had a
know what I'm
girlfriend. I'm
saying?
kidding. Sheldon's had a girlfriend.
I think it's different on
chill, Blake, chill.
opposite sides.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I
Yo,
agree
let
with
me
that.
get
I'm
off
just
this mic
saying.
Before I start cutting.
I'm just look, bro. I'm just
Bro.
saying. I'm just
Acting a
saying.
fool right now.
I'm just saying that, like, okay, you know, women that know that there are the average woman. I don't even think, you know, or I'm sorry, the average guy is definitely not just shooting his shot with the best looking girl,
They are though.
bro.
They are.
Bro,
And they
Bro,
firing
be
from the
ass
hip on that
on
thing,
them,
too.
bro.
I don't-
They be on some
They-
quick draw McGraw type junk.
For
Like,
real.
they-
And they
like,
firing
I
from
know
the hip,
from
like,
30
for real.
feet.
Yeah, I got a lot of
Random
female friends,
Lamborghini,
and they-
all
But
that.
the average, but I think more average women expect to be able to date up than the average guy does, though.
Okay, I agree with that.
I think women that have even one of what they think a guy wants expect to be able to get this slew of guys. Whereas I don't think guys are like that. Like, I think if you're a confident guy, Jason, or whatever, you may be like, yeah, sure. I mean, I've had success, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, though, you're not delusional to think that just because you may
You
have
can
one
pull Eva
desirable
Mendes.
trait, you're in any class you can go to.
But what's
or
that
any
desirable
tier you can
trait?
go to.
Because if it's bread, I didn't see a whole lot of.
I'm not saying bread. Bread is the thing. Like that's one of the things you just can't. Whatever. You got money, you got money. But I'm saying like for women, it's butts or it's whatever.
Chest.
Like those are, and guys don't always have a physical thing that's just desirable. Like not everybody's muscle. Like not
Muscled up.
everybody's looks like
So
that.
Matt, you're saying that women's expectation of dating is way higher than what a man can perceive what he would date.
Yeah, I think guys are just more realistic. I think guys are just more realistic.
And
So,
so,
you're
and so,
saying like
so
even-
bring this.
They
even
more
though
realistic or they more thirsty?
So bring this back to social media. So because that's where we kind of got off from this. So
Yeah,
what-
you
so
guys
how does
are
that
the ones
play?
You
How
guys
does-
are the ones that took it to a different place. But I think that no, my main point was that I think social media has changed the dynamics of relationships even, and I think it's changed the dynamics of what women are attracted to, what they'll go after, what they'll put up with. I think it's, I think there's so many of these social media influencers who are completely not in touch with the real world, saying different things, throwing out different sayings and trends, and I think women in real life that aren't even close to that are taking that and running with it as if that's how life should be, and it's like, dude, that's not a thing for you.
Right.
I mean, you eat Easy Mac,
Yeah.
and this is Cardi B. like I mean, it's not like because it's not your reality, and so I guess that's the point. The
And you
point is.
overlook a guy that can bring.
Oh, you started to cry here. Some tears. In
No,
that
it's not tears. Not no tears. No, it's the truth though. No,
Depends
it's
on what
the
you
truth.
saying here.
No, stop.
You overlooked
No,
a good guy.
you.
He said,
but
I ain't
I mean-
got zero. I get a shot.
No, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
mean, but you do though.
Yeah,
Girls ask for this. I want this guy to treat me right. I want him to,
You got
shower me
all right,
with love.
soapbox.
But they look.
All right, come on
No,
now.
it's not a soapbox, but it's
All right,
true.
no, you standing on it. Go ahead, brother.
They'll
Drinks
overlook
now.
that. They'll overlook that from a guy. Then wanting, like you said, a Cardi B who they have no shot in hell. Sorry for my language. Of getting. You know what I'm saying?
it's the truth.
It's
bro.
like it's the
And listen,
truth.
I get girls. I'm that's whatever. But I'm just saying that the reality is that I think girls they've adopted the reality of social media influencers as their own. And it's
Well, Matt-
affected dating. It's affected interpersonal communication.
So you're really just talking
It's-
about the city girls.
Yeah, so like, that's my question. So let me ask you a question,
Yes,
Matt.
sir.
So
Yes,
are
sir.
you saying that because of like social media and like the way that like a woman will behave on social media and the attention that they get would kind of put their ego and their head
Yes.
in a higher class of what they're
Yes.
supposed to be?
Yes,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
So you're saying like so like the
most
busted
dangerous
challenge
thing
and the silhouette challenge, like you
Yes,
a butterface.
bro.
Because like
Let's
you
just
said,
be real.
Bro,
like you
So
said,
you're saying that because she's getting attention off of that things and because social media has constructed it where it's okay, you can do those things. And then a thirsty dude, whatever, will give you all this attention.
Right.
It's like, nah, I don't want you. I deserve somebody that's
Yes,
gonna be
bro.
there.
yes.
But
Because like
you
you
showing
said,
your ass on social
Right.
media. So
like
what
you
they
said,
can-
an ugly girl with ass can get a whole bunch of attention.
a whole slew.
Yeah.
But it's not because
But
of
it-
anything to bring to the table. But you're talking about physical attributes, not
Exactly.
exactly like what
Yeah.
you bring
and
to the table.
because
in a relationship.
and because of those likes and that attention,
And
Yes.
think-
she's delusional
and it
into
makes her feel
thinking
like, yeah.
Into
that
thinking
she can have
deserves
better than what she
something
did.
or like,
Yeah.
or she should be in a higher status
class
of
than
dating.
she is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But my thing is this though,
Yep.
is that attractiveness is all relative, right? So if people are willing, it's like buying stock,
Right.
right? If people are willing to pay at that price, then that's what the price is.
Who am I to not raise it? You know what I
No,
mean?
but
what
here's
I'm
the thing though. But not
Exactly.
every. But and I hear you. I do. But here's the thing. There's a difference between. There's a difference between buying something and window shopping. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think Instagram likes is window shopping.
It is.
Like that's
Yeah.
not like you're not
Yeah.
like you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like all these guys are DMing to be with her. It's just they're liking the post because she's showing her ass.
Right.
Well, they're
So,
trying to fuck.
You know
if
what
I'm
I mean?
gonna be
Or
honest.
that. Yeah, or that. And
Excuse
so,
my language, but yes.
and so and then it becomes just because.
Jesus.
So I mean, so that's my point. I think social media has really, I think it's contaminated relationships. And then when these girls get to a certain age, where social media may not be as important or as much of a priority in terms of what life is all about, then it's
22.
oh wow, I remember this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, and that guy, and I probably should have talked to him because
Passed him over because you.
you know what I'm
But-
saying? Like,
but-
Sheldon
thing-
said
but-
that part.
But my thing is
Yeah,
this though. But
yeah.
my
Damn
thing
it,
is
I
this.
said it. Yeah. Passed over.
Oh, Sheldon.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Passed over.
Talk to him,
A
Sheldon.
good guy because they want
Talk
to be
to him,
with.
Sheldon. He said, yeah, damn it, I said it.
With Joe from Joe from Instagram. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, damn it. Keisha, if you listen
Yeah.
to this,
If you listening, remember I said.
hey, you heard it here first in the regulation.
Hey, you're making us.
hey, in the regulation podcast, baby.
Somebody apologize to that man, please.
Hey, I don't know who hurt that boy.
That man a therapist.
What happened to that boy?
Yeah, but no, really though, and I,
Yeah.
and I just think over time. I mean, listen, man, I'm 28, and my activity on Instagram is already diminished because, brother, I'm trying to have money. You know what I mean? Like I want to. There's more important things, and I just feel like,
For sure.
like I said, it's just 30, 35. I think that's when 30 really, and these women they're not in the relationship that they thought they should be in. Or they don't get the type of guy that they feel like they should have.
Yeah.
Then it becomes the reality of, you know what I'm saying, like social media and whatever. I guess I thought this
But
was.
I mean,
And then they
it's
get
not.
disappointed in the end.
I feel like that's the same thing with, anybody really. I
That
mean,
guy.
because
I don't
if
believe
you
guys
hopped
are
on
like that.
if you hopped on social media and let's say you I don't know, bro. Yeah, Jamal bounced, bro. I don't know what happened. Jamal, you there? Anyway, so what happens? I mean, if you're a dude on social media, let's say you a bodybuilder or Michael B. Jordan type where you got your shit together physically, right? Girls geeking you up, they in your DMs, they talking about all the wild stuff that, dudes being girls DMs doing, they doing the same thing to dude. It's making him think that he really better, but the whole time he ain't got no money. It's the same type of situation.
But I think
They're gonna geek you up, but they're not gonna.
I think girls are more clout chasers than guys are, as it pertains to the opposite sex, though. Like I think that muscle guy that girls they see if they see he has a strong Instagram presence, his stock value is through the roof because he's this guy on social media, even if he's broke. It's because he's this guy or this entity on social media. Whereas guys, I feel like, yeah, she fine, but it doesn't mean she's valuable. Like I think it's just for us, it's just like she's got a nice ass. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, but it doesn't mean that bro, how many guys will tell you, and I already know what's gonna happen here, but how many guys will tell you realistically
Once again
that they
the
wouldn't?
views.
How many guys will tell you realistically
Views.
that they wouldn't really be with Kim Kardashian? But
None.
bro, I don't know about you.
None.
A lot of guys will say, bro, I wouldn't be with her, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah.
come
Yeah,
on,
but
like
that's because they could
but-
never get her.
No, I think no.
That's
I just think,
realistically,
bro, I just think that there's really
realistically,
guys.
all the women that people
Listen,
put on these
dog.
pedestals, that the ones they would geek up, the ones that they do, they be commenting on the
No, I
social,
don't
like
think
all that
that's
stuff
true,
like that.
bro.
Like they would cup them if they had the chance.
No, I don't.
I firmly believe.
Bro, I
firmly
don't
believe.
think so. I think, bro, no.
They'd be lying, just like
I
any of
wouldn't.
your girlfriends have lied to you if they said if Michael B. Jordan calls me, I'm not answering the phone. You're
Nigga.
lying.
Nigga.
You're lying.
Cap.
She's lying. She's lying.
Obvious cap.
Look, she called and she gone. She ain't texting you again. She ain't thinking about you no more. That's just what's gonna happen.
Nigga, I don't even.
Upset
I don't
It's
even-
over
just,
it.
it's
I
just
know the
it's
answer,
certain
so I don't even
people.
ask
It's
that
certain
question.
people. It's certain people that just you just gotta know they outside your tax bracket. And if they call, guess what? You might as well just get your Tinder profile back up because it's a wrap.
If you ball, you get the call, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but I'm saying my point was to say there are. I mean, Jason just said he wouldn't. I mean, I think there's a
You're lying.
No, he's not.
I
No,
don't.
he's not.
I don't believe you.
Bro, there's some guys that
don't
Kim
believe you.
Kardashian
I don't believe you.
isn't,
I don't believe
like,
Isn't worth.
isn't
Okay,
being
but
with.
okay, so Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian might not be the person, but the celebrity. The celebrity is what I'm saying. There's
And that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, bro.
there's some celebrities out there. Whatever your Kim K is, it might not be Kim K specifically, but it's like whatever your celebrity is that fits your profile. They could have the shallowest personality, all that stuff like that. But if it's the person that you put on the pedestal, you're going to fold.
I don't think
Sorry, it's just like that's just how it is.
so. I think you get to. I think the average person.
Danny
gets
Lay
to-
is a shitty person.
Bro, I wouldn't be with Danny Lay. Nigga, what? I be honest with you, I wouldn't be with any celebrity. I just wouldn't. There's a certain expectation.
All right, look at
that they-
Jamal. Look at Jamal. I need exactly.
Bro, listen. Okay, okay, Jamal. I wouldn't be. This is the reason why I wouldn't be with a celebrity woman, as who I am today, bro. What do I have to offer?
I like
Right,
that
you're
caveat,
not
but
there.
go ahead.
What do I have to
I like
offer
that
her?
caveat, but go ahead.
What do I have to offer her? A celebrity woman today, and what do I have to offer her other than, whatever? There's nothing that I can give her that she hasn't had in terms of experience, in terms of exposure. What am I gonna give
But
her?
that's not saying you wouldn't cuff. That's saying you can't.
Bro,
keep
I
her.
wouldn't cuff. I wouldn't
That's
cuff Kim
just-
Kardashian.
that's just saying
though.
you can't
I wouldn't
keep her.
cuff Kim Kardashian.
Also, you
though.
wouldn't cuff Paula Patton.
Paula Patton. I mean, but Paula Patton's not.
That's your girl.
Exactly.
Bro,
That is your girl.
but Paula
That's
Patton
everybody.
has shown herself to be a woman of value, though,
Has she?
or substance.
Yeah. Kim K.
Kim K is not.
Yeah.
She's a billionaire.
Hold on, wait. So
She's a
how we gonna
billionaire.
deviate on Jason saying whatever your Kim K is fine?
No,
You
Blake
said
said-
I ain't
Blake
know
said
no
that.
celebrity. No, fuck that. Well, Paula Patton's different.
No, I'm saying I was using Kim K as an entity that on the outside looks like all of this, but there really is no true substance there. That's what
She's
I'm.
dumb as a box
Yeah,
of rocks.
yeah. So I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
mean,
I
Paula
think
not
the
too
average
bad.
guy they'll smack that girl. They'll have relations with that girl,
But they won't be.
but at the end of the day, they're like, dude, I'm not gonna be with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where I feel like women, they'll give that guy a chance. Like, they'll be with. We've seen it in high school, bro.
Yeah.
We've seen it in
Hey,
even
don't
in real life,
name
bro.
names, nigga.
No, he said don't name any names.
Don't
Bro,
start
hey.
naming
Careful,
names.
careful,
Look,
careful.
Bro,
I'm just saying, we've
Careful,
seen it.
careful.
We've seen it in our
I
lifetime.
don't, I don't
Like,
mess with not none of them. Only people I mess with Grand Blank is in my phone. They ain't
Yeah,
in my phone.
is the
I don't
niggas
care.
on this
No,
podcast.
Hey,
point
the
'em out.
only people I mess with from Grand Blank is on this podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not worried about it.
Point them out.
So-
I don't care.
so, so that's
share
what
it,
I'm
too.
saying. So that's what I'm saying.
Tag them in it.
I'm saying, like, for guys, bro.
Share.
IG posting.
For guys, bro, at the end of the day, we do try to end up with substance. We do try to end up with someone that has some value. Women, dude, they'll give any nigga a chance if he has some sort of allure.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you said, that
Right.
guy on social media, Instagram, who's Mr. Muscle, but he's broke.
I'm sorry.
They're still gonna give him that
sorry.
shot because of who he is on Instagram.
I'm
Guys
sorry.
will be like, I mean, I'll hit,
I'm sorry.
but I'm not gonna be with her.
Sorry, you walk out of
That's
here. You
interesting
walk out
because
of
I
here.
think it's the opposite, man.
Yeah, well,
you walk out of
you
here.
lived in Wisconsin. There's not even anything out
It's
there.
opposite land.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He said, I've been looking for substance this whole time.
I was right. Aren't they all Mormons or something out there? Aren't they all Amish out there or something?
No, my girlfriend's not a Mormon. Shut up.
Yeah, I know she's not. Very nice lady, Leah. We love you. Okay, keep doing what you're doing.
Nah, he's in Michigan, bro.
I don't know you,
He's
Leah.
in Grand Blank.
Yeah, Leah, you're a great girl. Keep doing what you're doing. But you were gonna say what though?
I was just gonna say it's cap. But everything you were saying is cap. It's
not
cap.
I was just gonna say it's cap.
Captain Planet, Captain America,
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Hey, man.
I
All
mean, you got two
Like-
people in studio that's saying that's true,
Bro,
bro.
I'm
No,
sorry.
I-
I'm sorry. I'm
Three
so,
people,
bro.
four
I'm
people.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Just 'cause your
And I
shallow
know
ass-
you a damn lie. I know you a damn lie because you cuff a box. Anyway.
my God.
Blake, you
Anyway.
have to chill.
Anyway, I can't
You
find the
have
button.
to chill.
America, that is not true.
I can't find the
He said
button.
America, that's
Nigga,
Anyway.
Like the Bernie Mac show?
Bro, just don't.
Back to you, Brian.
It's the Bernie Mac show. America.
Just don't. You
Ain't
ain't
no
gotta
damn
lie.
America
Yeah, you ain't
living
gotta
in-
lie to kick it, bro.
Ain't
In the
nobody lying.
words of Fife and Tribe Called Quest, you ain't gotta lie to kick it, bro.
I mean, he gonna do it regardless, though.
But all I'm saying is you cap because if Kim K calls you on the
No,
phone,
hell
Kim K calls
no.
me on the phone tomorrow. She's like, Matthew, I want to date you. I left. Kanye's
I'm
over,
good.
and I just hit billionaire status tomorrow.
No,
you're lying.
No,
You're lying. You're
Blake,
lying.
Blake, you're really that.
You're lying.
So you would,
You're
so
lying.
you go for
You're lying.
anybody?
No, Kim K is not.
Nigga, I
anybody.
date Oprah.
But what I'm saying is, exactly. You're
No,
desperate.
listen, bro. It's listen.
Really?
What is
You
Bro.
gonna stoop down
Listen.
like the Oprah?
Okay, listen. So y'all remember?
Billy?
So remember when I showed you
You
guys,
just say it for the money.
bro? Remember when I showed you guys, Kamala Harris's niece?
She fine.
She's fine as hell, bro. And she's with a guy who that we found out is
Head of
he's head of
global
global
partnerships at
partnerships at Facebook.
Yeah.
Bro, I wouldn't even shoot my shot with her, and she's a civilian. I mean, like, bro,
But
like,
that's,
she's a
this, is,
civilian.
this is what I'm saying. I'm saying you're okay. So you're taking it.
Well,
I wouldn't do it because I can't.
But with
keep
her,
up to
but
their
I would cuff
lifestyle.
her though. But I would cuff her though. I would cuff her though because I know that she's
She's
of
a
value.
Okay.
Kim K is not
is
a
a billionaire.
I wouldn't.
But she's not a
money
value.
doesn't mean wow. So money equals
It's a
value.
But it's part of it.
So money equals substance.
It's part of it.
No,
it's
not-
part
not
of
all
it.
the
Money
time.
equals substance.
It's part of it. It's part of it.
Not all the time.
Money is substance.
So everybody
Hey,
that has money has substance.
that's
You
not
heard it here
true.
first. That's what
not
Blake
true.
said. Everybody that has
I'm
money has
saying
substance.
that some of them has it.
But
All
how does she
right,
get that money,
Cochran, calm down.
I'm just saying, if
Alright.
the glove
fits.
doesn't fit, you must quit.
Yep, well,
OJ did it, by the way. I don't care what
Right.
my daddy be saying.
All right.
Hey, quick side note. I ain't never seen a more guilty man.
Hey, bro, y'all better chill on my
He
pops.
told on
dog.
himself. He
Chill,
wrote a
chill,
book.
chill,
What
chill
if
on
he
my
would've
pops,
did it?
bro. Chill on my
This
pops.
man
Yeah.
said OJ's
Hey,
his
bro.
father. Oh my god.
Yeah, you know. So, I just think that.
Have you seen my father before?
Just like
Does he walk around? Does he walk inside Great Lakes sometimes, like for exercise and
He
stuff?
walking.
bro, he be walking. I see him at Speedway all the
He
time.
just be walking.
I'm be like,
all right, everywhere.
all right, bro.
Yeah,
He
I
just be
mean,
walking.
well, listen, man, listen.
You girls out there that
You said what?
He's still hurt. He's hurt.
Hey,
Listen,
who-
hurt. We getting out of
Hey,
here.
who hurt my bro?
listen, we getting
you
outta
want
here.
me to add
Which
some
one of
value
y'all
to your
bald
life?
headed
We getting outta
scallywags
here.
hurt my bro?
yeah take time from
we getting outta
IG
here.
and see
Listen,
where you
man.
go. Damn it.
Oh my god.
Oh my
bro. Get
God.
This man off the mic.
Which one of y'all bald headed
Which one of y'all?
Somebody.
Which one of y'all?
Please.
Kurgan Shelton.
Right. When y'all living in
Somebody,
Section 8.
somebody. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
Gosh, hey, turn his mic down.
Somebody cue the
Turn his
music,
mic
please.
down.
Just
In
cue the
original
Turn his
music.
mic down.
Yeah.
Just cue the music, please. In the
Yeah, please,
regulation.
hey,
bet you
man,
won't say her
man,
name.
put a
Yeah, I
bow on
said
it.
it.
I bet you won't say her
Yeah,
name.
no.
Hey, say
stop.
I ain't
yeah,
gonna
say
say-
her name. Say her.
No.
We need the views. Say her name. It ain't gonna affect me none.
Say her name.
Nah.
Say their name.
Say her name.
I am Shelton Davis.
That's Shelton Say Her Name campaign.
Chill, bro. Chill.
You know,
good.
listen,
I'm
Listen.
logging off.
listen. It's been a real one. I'm sorry, Shelton. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Keisha, if you're out there, call him.
You know, I think. Listen, man.
It'd be more like
listen.
Mandy
In the regulation
Ain't no
podcast, episode 5.
Ain't gonna be an episode 6 because we gonna get
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah, 'cause we're canceled.
We'll
man.
be back next week.
We'll be back.
Yeah,
Stay
Mandy.
I
tuned.
don't know
Listen
who
next
he
week.
is.
Listen next week, Mandy.
He said, Mandy.
Sandra, if you're out there.